We are live. We apologize for being late. I was eating, Nick was busy. But we're here. I have a stomach full of chicken tenders and salad. Well, salad with chicken tenders on top, and
I got
it's
a
so
heart
much better
full
than
of
it sounds.
depression, and we're ready to go.
So, what would you like to open with tonight? You said you had something.
So I've been watching Starfleet Academy every week, and I have come to an interesting conclusion. This is literally what we would have seen if we got Kirk in Starfleet Academy, which is what we asked for fucking years. We
did?
his. Well, I mean, I was.
Okay, cool. I mean, fair enough. I'll watch whatever they feed me.
We got bits of his record, and it always sounded insane. Like he was like, I'm gonna prank my instructors by teleporting them to Wisconsin. Like what?
and then of course there's the Kobayashi Maru and.
Well, that's what I'm saying. No, so much Kirk lore is disregard. Like Kirk would be cool to me if I got to see him as a kid and not made by Gene Roddenberry
or J.J. Abrams.
Or well, that's not Kirk. That's Kirk.
Yeah, that's Kelvin Kirk.
Yeah, exactly. Kelvin Kirk is different because that's like Kirk where he's trying to rebel because he doesn't have a dad. I want the Kirk where he has like everything and then still is a little shithead.
By the way, and I won't diverge too much, but regarding Kirk lore, I noticed upon rewatch that you remember Where No Man Has Gone Before, the second pilot?
Yes.
The one where they're all wearing the hideous sweaters because they didn't have the costumes worked out yet?
The one that HD makes look really, really bad.
Well, that's every episode, to be fair.
No, but that one in particular is special. It's like specially bad.
There is a almost certainly unintentional Carol Marcus reference in that episode.
Who?
Yes. They do that a lot.
Isn't No Man Has Gone Before the one with the lizard guy where they have that fight? Or am I thinking of
No, that's Arena.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of like that one.
No, that's Where No Man Has Gone Before is the one with Gary Mitchell where he gets like the godlike powers and everything.
Yeah, where like it's totally not the prototype for Q, I swear.
Yeah, well, there's actually like quite a few prototypes for Q throughout the series, but I think that's just one of them.
Well, I think it's them working on the idea. They're like, I want this to be perfect, so you don't get the Q until I finish it. But we're gonna keep putting iterations in to see how you feel about it.
So anyway, there's a scene in that episode where because he and Gary Mitchell were like in the academy together, and I guess at one point Kirk was an instructor there, and Gary was one of his students, and or something. Anyway, he kind of comments like, Kirk's class was really tough. You had to be really good, and he kind of says like, I only passed by setting you up with that blonde lab technician, and then Kirk goes, I almost married her,
Wait, you actually
that's kind of an accidental Carol Marcus reference. Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Kirk says what now?
He says, I almost married her. It's like, that's kind of an accidental Carol Marcus seed that got picked up 20 years later.
That's a good point. I hadn't considered that. I always took that in the way that passing Kirk's class, I guess I put it together, at least in my headcanon, that to pass Kirk's class, you need to not pass the class and do something else.
Exactly.
Like cheat, run off someone, steal his answers, do something. And Kirk's just like,
yeah, it's a test of character.
And Kirk wouldn't teach you a class. Kirk would teach you how to do a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Who is teaching a class nowadays?
The Doctor, I know that.
The Doctor. And he is. So we get to see the Doctor bitching dudes out.
Did he never get a name?
His name is the Doctor.
That's kind of sad they never gave him a name.
No, it's not. No. You're misunderstanding this.
Okay.
His creator has a name.
Okay.
He identifies by the Doctor or EMH or a couple other things. But he has things that he identifies by. Those are names. We're just kind of being
Okay.
xenophobic if we think that his name has to be like our names. His whole
That's
thing
fair.
is, I'm self-determined. He will literally tell you, no, don't call me that. So what the fuck could we say?
That's fair.
I mean, he brought up in the episode that just came out today that he argued himself into existence, and he's not wrong. That's part of a thing on Voyager where they were like, should we just reset this thing?
And he convinced
We're the
them.
fucking God,
to.
bro. Like, I am a person. You can't do that.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, no, he is. Well, he's the first hologram that's been around so long that he gained sentience. And nowadays we got Series Acclamation Mill. That is our side character on Starfleet Academy, otherwise known as Sam.
Okay.
She's the first one that was. Her people made her with the intention of going to Starfleet Academy.
Okay.
So she's it's just a new species that we're dealing with.
Yeah, they're called something now, right?
Photonics.
Like,
yeah, I know, because I told you about
photonics,
this. Where,
yeah, that's it.
Well, because he. That's right. I brought this up in the text. I'll put this out on stream because that was actually a pretty funny thing. The doctor calls her a hologram, and she's like, "Oh, we prefer to be called photonics now." And I cannot explain to you how much exactly that scene was a very old black person calling a young black person a Negro. And he was like, please call me black, sir.
So you might know the answer. Is there a reason that the term Negro became socially unacceptable, or was it just said with a sneer too many times?
I think no, it's I think it's a simpler answer than that.
Okay. What was it, do you think?
Things can get better. Labels can be better.
True.
And I think it's one of those like, all right, I'll do it. So the term nigger comes from the term Negus, which means king.
Okay.
West Africa or Ethiopia. And so pretty much an actual term was heard by people, misappropriated, changed, and made into a label.
Yeah.
Which was then applied. Now, that sucks. And then you can try to make a softened version of the word, but it in itself is still from this tree. So it's almost better to just slightly switch. It's the same meaning, but let's just kind of switch it to black. Plus, it gets a little more applicable when you think about island people, where like there's a lot of different situations that happen in the triangular slave trade, and like those in Haiti might not really identify with the term Negro, but they would identify with the term black because their skin color is really the identifier here.
Also, I need to just bring this up because I thought of this the other day. Why do, and this isn't a term you hear very often anymore, why do racists use the term spear chucker? Because I'm pretty sure every race of people.
That's not what I expected you to bring up, but the idea that Africans never moved beyond primitive technology allows them to justify a lot of their activities because they're moving on civilization. Calling someone a spear chucker. Okay, I'm actually going to be honest with you. It's not the only example you can find of this kind of racism. Think about old Polish jokes.
Yeah, Polak and like, you know, all that shit.
Well, a lot of the Polish jokes are about winged hussars riding into battle against tanks in World War II, which is a real thing. Look it up. Yeah. In other words, dudes on horses did try a cavalry charge on tanks. They did try it. One time it worked. I'm pretty sure they got one tank and it was like a whole big deal. But
I mean, we still use cavalry units to this day, so clearly there are circumstances where they're useful.
But like most cavalry units have been designated to helicopters now.
Yeah, true. But every now and then there's like a certain terrain where it's like
now.
Yeah.
I mean,
go ahead.
So like I mean, I'm not trying to justify or non-justify using horses in battle, but what I'm saying is that there was a time where a joke people would make would be, well, look at these guys. They think you can fight World War II with horses. It's the same ideology as calling someone a spear chucker because, oh, look at these guys. They can't match us. It's the same mindset that comes up with, well, we didn't colonize America, we conquered it.
Yeah, which again is worse, but okay.
Well, to some people it isn't, because they want to think of themselves as like inheritors of the whole Roman spirit.
Yeah, well, they, in the words of the 21st century philosopher Kendrick Lamar, they not like us.
They're not like us. I mean, just throwing out here, guys, no one can give Kendrick Lamar any shit. He won a Pulitzer. Did you?
That's true. He won it for literature or something, didn't he?
Let's just say that Kendrick Lamar is literally like, excuse me, my stutter. He is literally the best writer for not only hip hop, but for a lot of African American voices that we have seen in a while. I'm not saying there's not other great people, but
well,
he ain't up there.
I was debating my dad about that once because my dad does the typical fucking white boomer rap isn't music bullshit.
Oh, if he pulls that, what kind of tunes does he like? Because I have found like a couple tactics to attack this.
Oh yeah, don't worry, I do. And well, he is like, he doesn't say it's not a valid art form. He just thinks of it as poetry, not music, which is still dumb.
Like the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
I don't think he particularly does, but
okay, we can't use that one.
Yeah, he has the music taste of somebody 10 years older than him because all his friends were older than him as a child. So he's into like Deep Purple and Ozzy and shit. Fucking the Beatles, the Who. Which, to be fair, I love all those too. But
no, I just think it's actually insane if you like. Okay, fun fact: I'm one of the biggest Pink Floyd fans you're ever gonna meet. Yep. I think it's crazy when people want to get into like the best psychedelic rock and the best levels of what old men are going to call classic rock. It's not classic rock, but whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All of those dudes were for progress of genres.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, in his case, he's just like, he puts it as poetry and not music, which is still dumb, but at least I can kind of understand that.
Wait, so like...
But anyway,
No, but actual question, do like the instrumental parts not exist to him?
Well, keep in mind his knowledge of hip hop is very fucking limited, so he knows the ones that are all about lyrics and the instrumental is just like a simple beat to set the lyric to because he's never listened to anything beyond that.
But he's old. He knows DJs exist.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of contradictory in his logic because like
no, trust me, this is my fucking father, and you know what my relationship with him is like, so I'm only willing to defend him a little bit. But...
No, I know. I just want to get in on it, because I'm mostly on the side of being like, yeah, he sounds like a nice guy. But it's like, no.
Anyway, so I was reading a thing once, I think just on Wikipedia, about Kendrick Lamar, because I was trying to figure out, like, what educational level is he working with? Is he all self-taught? Like, I was curious about that.
I bet you like this reading. Yeah, go on.
I did. The particular thing I took note of was that, according to him, the first time he ever considered becoming a writer, or the first time he was ever recommended a career in writing, was in first grade. And the reason why was because his first grade teacher heard him, a 6-year-old, correctly use the word audacity.
He has a good understanding of the English language.
Well, yeah, that was my point, was like, I was trying to find out, like, I knew he had a good understanding, but I was like, is this all self-taught, or did he have, like, a formal English education?
You know, I think...
And the answer is both.
It's interesting to note, whenever you look at hip-hop, because of the socioeconomic factors that affect most of the people making hip-hop, black people,
yeah, and also poor white people in the case of Eminem.
Eminem is specifically a person who was not hanging with his own people, so it's a little complicated to not point that out.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Elvis. Eminem.
I saw 8 Mile. I have a rough idea of his childhood.
Fun fact: Eminem and Elvis are the same person with different genres. But
That's true. Though Eminem is probably morally a better person, despite the fact that all his songs are about selling drugs and killing people.
Well, yeah, but he's also autistic, so it's more like he
Yeah.
understands he can say a lot and do like and not actually do things. And Elvis is more like I need to do all the things and steal from Forrest Gump. So
I do respect the fact that Eminem never even tried whipping out the N-word to see if he
that's
could
not
get away
true.
with it.
That's not true.
Is it? Okay, I'm not like an expert, but
Wait, okay, so it's actually deeper than that and funnier than that. Well, not
Okay.
funny, but I think it's more interesting. There is one track that if you know how to use the C's, you can find. It is not easily found, but it is out there. There's one ship. And now here's the thing. Eminem knows about this and he feels really bad. And no, there's like a song like 20 years ago where he's like, all right, y'all probably heard this. There's one time, and he explains the whole thing. He got dumped by a girl, and she hurt his feelings, and so he made this whole song about black girls, and for that, I apologize, were his exact words. And then he moved on. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He said, for that, I apologize, I was wrong, and then moved on.
how old was he when he did this track? Wouldn't he have been like a teenager?
Yeah, he was like 10 years younger than we are now. It was
Yeah, so like,
it's
whatever.
so not valid. It's like some Xbox 360 level shit. But
yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
there's one time we did it. It's not fine, but he owns up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He is fine in his
He's
response.
fine. But he's fine. Like he's absolutely fine. That's he
Mike Tyson told Eminem that Eminem is black, so does he even count as white? Why the fuck did we all choose to forget and or like let slide the fact that Mike Tyson is literally a convicted rapist?
don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't not Mike.
Like I know that there were like suspicious things behind the
There's
conviction.
contentions with this. Is the only reason I don't want to get into this one is like that is a very contended subject, and I don't know the truth, and I he's a great athlete. If he did that, it's terrible, but there's I have seen things that have made me think both ways.
Yeah, I mean Mike Tyson is more entertaining to me as like a folk hero than he is as an actual human being. Like I like the concept of Mike Tyson more than I do the actual person.
I feel like you needed the real person to make the concept of Mike Tyson, and
I did love that video where he punched Mr. Beast in the gut so hard that there was actually life in his fucking eyes for a second.
I'm going to say this very directly. If Mike Tyson didn't do that, which I hope he didn't, he is literally a living John Henry.
Kinda, yeah.
Mike Tyson is so amusing. But also,
yes, he is.
Okay, also, but to point out Zoe's thing, Jesse Jackson, Mike Tyson, Elijah Muhammad. Do you know what all these people have in common? They do not speak for black people. You can't make white people black. You can just make
that is
cool.
True.
You can just make them cool. I don't know what popular belief will have people saying you can't make a person black. Gingers were already black. That's the different conversation. But
you can grant them. I was once on Twitter granted what's called a contextual N-word pass, and I don't remember what I did to get it or why he gave it to me. And I should have saved
reading Huckleberry Finn or something, and like you have the contextual N-word pass. I understand this concept because sometimes contextually you should have that.
First of all, Zoe agrees with you as a ginger. And also, if you vote for Biden, you're black. Apparently, that's how it works.
No, that's just lib nonsense. Zoe, shout out to the family. No, gingers are black. This is historically validated. This is genetically validated.
If he didn't do that, then his worst crime was selling a match to Jake Paul.
Facts, factual, not factual. Like just assuming he didn't do that, like the worst thing he ever did. But Mike,
I do really love that literally no one considered the possibility that the loss was legitimate.
Because he's that good of a fighter. It is not.
Yeah, I know. Like even at his current age, he's like I think he turned 60 this year, and even so, like he could beat the shit out of any one of us.
Dude, like I also want to just point out, this is gloves on. This is a sport. This is not even fighting the way that me and you understand fighting.
Yeah, there's like some degree of rules to this, despite the
There's
fact that he bit that kid's ear
there's
off.
strategy, there's tactics. Mike Tyson is a bull. Now, see, while Muhammad Ali was always about the dodging, he was quicker. Mike Tyson was pretty much Sun Tzu in boxing. The best defense, we'll just get a better offense and beat the shit out of them. Like,
Yeah.
different. Mike Tyson's built different.
Mike Tyson was throwing crazy punches in the promos and was pulling / not even throwing shots at Jake Paul. That's why it's not credible. Oh, yeah, you don't even have to get that far. It's not credible because Mike Tyson could kill you with his pinky, and Jake Paul is Jake Paul.
But, well, I mean, that's a fun hyperbole, but no, exactly. Mike Tyson is throwing combo punches in these promos, and he's doing like real tactics, and then you watch the fight, and he's like,
yeah. Well, like I said, there was that recent video where he was hanging out with Mr. Beast, and they were joking, like, how hard can you still hit, Mike? And he goes, hit me in the stomach, let's see. And so, probably not even a full-strength punch, given the context. He hits
no,
Mr. Beast in the stomach so hard that for the first time ever, I saw light enter Mr. Beast's eyes. Let me find the video. Fuck it. While you're talking, let me find the video.
Pull this up, man. Listen, Beast, if you have a problem with a game zone, I'll tell you how I can do the same thing. Like, so let's actually pull back to the beginning for a second.
Nope, and I don't want to hear the sound. Okay, here we go.
So, you found it. Damn, you fast.
I believe this is the video. Unless there's more than one of this happening, which is possible.
Who's ready? I want to see him get hit. Show me.
Now, look, there's life in his fucking eyes. Have you ever seen that from Mr. Beast before?
Do you see his? Do you see the way his hips are shaking? Like his body's going into shock because
like he's probably trying not to piss his pants.
Because you got hit by Mike Tyson one time, and that's what happens when you get hit.
And again, that was almost certainly not a full strength punch because this is just them fucking around.
That's a joke to this boy. That's the thing. Mike Tyson is a different beast. He said it before. Yeah. I think he's right. I don't exactly understand what that human being is, but it's cool.
He has forged himself into a weapon, and it is a weapon that has not lost its edge with age.
You know, something I think that we've kind of lost the focus on. Stan Lee focused on this for a little bit. We have real life superheroes among us.
Oh, are you talking about the show, the Stan Lee Superhuman show?
I'm talking about the fact that existed, but like just the idea. Think about how fast Michael Phelps can swim.
Yeah.
He can beat fish. There are fish that cannot swim as fast as Michael Phelps. What the fuck?
Yeah, Usain Bolt, by the way, again, as I said a few weeks ago, doing all that with a deformity where one of his legs is shorter than the other.
I mean, I wouldn't change a thing about him at this point because he's God.
At this point, I bet that if he got it corrected, he wouldn't be able to run anymore.
Oh, no, absolutely not. I'm sure there's some alternate universe version of Bolt where it's like Bolt Plus, but...
I also love that his name is Bolt and that it's his real name.
Synchronicity.
Yeah, like I assumed that was a stage name he took. No, that's just his real fucking name.
It's just synchronicity. You know, I heard this quote once that coincidence is God winking. And I don't exactly know how to interpret that. There's a lot of ways, but it's really an interesting point.
Bob Munden.
What are you doing?
You were talking about Stan Lee's Superhumans, and I'm trying to find. Yeah, here he is.
The climber?
No, Bob Munden, the quick draw guy.
Oh, well, I mean, we already talked about Keanu Reeves the other day.
Yeah, but this is a whole new level because Keanu Reeves is good because of how well he balances all the different skills required at gunplay.
What is this?
This guy had one particular thing he could do, and it was like, I mean, he died, I guess, finally, about a decade ago. But
wait, Is this pretty much Buster Scruggs?
Essentially, yes. Now, there are controversies about some of the titles, but
we don't gotta get too dickish with it. If
Yeah.
you've seen someone do something like this and it amazed you, there you go.
So here's what I was looking for. At age 68, he appeared in Stan Lee's Superhumans. In it, it was found that his hand is withstanding 10 Gs of force when his weapon is
What?
drawn. In a demo using a Colt 45 single-action revolver, which means you have to cock it with each shot, he shot 2 balloons 6 feet apart in less than a tenth of a second.
Imagine his hand with your genitals, folks.
Oh, yeah, I bet that he never fucking lasted more than a minute when he was jacking off.
But what? No, like, all jokes aside, that's incredible. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's, again, at age 68.
Man, that's just, wow. Have you ever met someone or seen something that just had you in actual awe? Like, not like an internet video, just with your own 2 eyes, the only thing you can verify.
Like, truly in awe, because I've seen stuff that was like, oh, damn, that was nuts that worked. Like, I've done things like that myself.
I guess I have an example that I think about.
Okay.
I met a wizard one time. So let me explain. This is going to sound like a really convoluted story because it's just weird things stacking on each other. So I'm going to an anime convention. I'm going to Anime Boston. That's fine. I can bring this up. So I ended up hopping on the commuter rail to get to my destination. And then I was going to take a subway, like a whole bunch of bouncing. But
yeah.
This was years ago, and I wanted to do something neat. Now, the theme of this year's convention was retro. So I dressed in a black and white rendition of the Mad Hatter and tried to make it look like I was inside of a manga. I thought it was a pretty good costume, all things considered.
Was it just clothes, or did you do like white face paint to look like black and white? Nice. I love when they do that.
It was a lot, but it was nice. I had my mother help me. It was because I didn't know how to do my makeup. I'm a little better now, but who knows? That being said, though, you look like a lot when you got face paint. You're wearing a whole outfit and you hop on a train. Now, for those of you who are not autistic, trains are awesome. Trains are the best. And when you get on them, most of the people who work on trains are so verified cool that you really don't have to deal with things. They understand. So
that's true.
I walk on the train. I do what you normally do. You say hi. You say hi to the conductor. What's up? And you just go and you take your seat. When he shows up, you're ready for him because you could have seen him coming and you can hear him. He has things that you can hear him and you respect his time. Give him your ticket. And then you're having a good time. Everyone's on the page. So I do this. And I didn't want to go and cause stress or havoc. So I kind of go and I sit in the off car. Not like the one I knew people were going to get on. So I'm not on the double decker. I'm on the single decker. We end up going a couple stops down. And this guy walks on with a bike. And he goes, "Sir, where do you want me to sit?" "Bike, please go in there." He walks in, he sees me, he's like, can I go up there? And this conductor gives him like this look of pure rage, like, "You just asked me." "Oh, okay, so you don't, yeah, fine, go, buddy. Go on." He's already on the shit list. Now, then another person gets on this train at like the next stop. This small frame, just Asian man. I don't know enough to say anything more. But he walks on, sees my outfit, and sits directly across from me, and I'm like, Am I making a friend today? I like friends. Like, it could be cool. So I start talking to him. I've never met someone who talks so formally. He used my name whenever he would speak to me. He like it was a throwback. So he'd go, "So Nick, what are you doing here today?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm here to go to a convention." Nick, that sounds really nice, and I'm very interested in that. Do you like magic? You seem like someone who might be interested in magic. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Sure, guy. Yeah, I love magic. Wow,
this dude was practicing his performance art, and I respect it.
But I have seen a lot of people work, and I don't know who this guy is. If anyone can help me find who this guy is, he's probably famous. Because I still don't know what he did to this day. To this day, I'm kind of fucked up over this. So, I'm going to a convention, right? So I'm going to just list some of the tricks he did. Because there was a few. I got a private show from just a dude sitting a foot across from me in a train. One of the things was, I'm there going to a convention. I want to get autographs. So I brought my own Sharpies. I have a gold Sharpie and a silver Sharpie. These are not common Sharpies, folks.
Yeah, I know. Trust me.
So he goes, "Oh, you want to see something really cool? Sign your name on a card. May I use this other Sharpie here?" Takes my other Sharpie, signs a different card. Abracadabra, alakazam. That was the same card. I have the card. Both sides are signed, folks.
Some people are just wizards in real life.
I was holding one card while he did it, so it's not the simple answer you're thinking either.
Yeah.
No, I was very scrupulous in this. His sleeves were up like this to make a point. I got mind freaked by a random fucking wizard on a train. And the conductor from the side walks over. So you guys remember how I said I bought a ticket? Here's the thing. You buy your ticket on the phone. He comes and just gives us free tickets and walks away. What the fuck is happening?
That's awesome.
I met a wizard.
I'm trying to think, like, what is the craziest thing I ever personally witnessed? And it's like, I don't know, man. Like,
but like, that made me believe again. It was on a train, folks. Oh, listen, I hate Harry Potter, but all you junkies have to have a thing for fucking magic on a train. You have to. It's so cool.
Like, I've witnessed some really crazy, like, basketball shots or whatever at things I shot in high school.
Was it luck or was it on purpose? Because, like...
Well, like, on purpose, but it's like, oh, shit, how did he make that shot from so far away type of thing. But that's not really that crazy.
When I see shit like that, I'm like, well, there's like that's just a chance. That's like a dice roll.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
By the way, when I said games I shot, I meant like for TV class, not like with an AR-15. I know I'm an American, but I'm not that American.
I mean, I was just thinking a ball.
Well, yeah, I sure as fuck didn't make a shot like that, but when I was in high school, I was in the TV program, and you had to shoot a certain number of school events per semester, and so basketball games were one that I wound up doing a few times.
I'm going to go on the record.
So I got a couple cool shots on video.
Oh, sorry. What? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's kind of weird how if you look up the most impressive high school shots, there's going to be two categories in America. And they're very racially based. I just think that's weird.
Yeah. A little bit.
All. That's all.
By the way, speaking of basketball and crazy shit that was witnessed, do you remember the incident about that happened at our college?
I don't think I do. I tried to stay away from that.
So did I, but I heard about this. It actually made it to the front page of Reddit, and it was on like New England Sports Network and everything.
Oh,
the guy, he was pissed at the other player, so He just fucking elbows him. Like, he literally turns to see if the ref is looking before doing it.
Yeah, no, I hate that I did know exactly what you meant after you explained. Yeah, no, yeah.
Well, the reason I remember that so distinctly is because the next day, I was in improv club in college, and we had a show the next day, and we made several jokes about it during the show.
It's so weird that I saw your improv group once and didn't know you, so it was just irrelevant.
True.
I'm not gonna
I don't
lie
remember
to
what
you.
the first one was, but we had this game we played called Scenes from a Hat, where you just get like a prompt and you go up and do a quick little like 10-second joke.
Yeah.
And so one of them, I forget what it was, but it was something about like odd sports strategies. And so we're standing there, each taking our turn doing something, and I hear one of my friends next to me go, "Yo, go up there and pretend to shoot a basketball." And so two of them go up, and one of them's pretending to shoot a basketball, and the other just runs up, boom. Like he clearly watched the clip a million times.
Yeah, no,
he recreated it exactly how the guy did it.
Like hit it, like he probably hit his own arm and like was really into this.
Oh, the audience was like laughing hysterically and also audibly uncomfortable.
I do wish I saw more of the group. I just didn't know you at the time. But I'm gonna go on the record and say, anytime you do improv, it really doesn't help the allegations that you are just the grapist. I'm just saying.
I have been accused of resembling Trevor Moore more than once.
It is something that is actually really uncanny to me, and like I don't like to bring it up, but you look so much like him that you do.
And also like him, I was skinny for most of my life and then got fatter as I got older.
I mean, also like him, you had a reason to stop leaving your house and maybe drink a little bit more.
Yeah, thankfully I did not start drinking heavily during the vid.
Thank God, bro.
I got more into smoking weed, but that's,
I mean, shit, we all got to sleep and eat, don't we? But R.I.P. to all the soldiers who lost themselves in the vid. That was terrible. But
did you know that roughly 1 in 330 Americans died of COVID?
I mean, I didn't know the number, but that sounds right.
Yeah, because there's about 340 million Americans and about 1.2 million died of COVID. So yeah, that's like roughly 1 in 330.
I have a hard time knowing how to feel about that.
Yeah, well, it's disturbing.
We suffer from an overpopulation issue, and like I think low-key disease is the one thing that's not like us killing each other. It just kind of happens, and like I'm not saying it's cool, but like,
well, in this case, the disease literally was us killing each other because we had a really easy solution, and yet like a third of the country went "fuck you."
Well, yeah, but that's more evidence that we don't have social cohesion.
That is true. The social contract has been used to wipe our ass.
And like, I mean, to be clear, folks, we live in a society. We have signed the social contract.
Yeah.
Like you can't pull out from the social contract because you've already benefited enough to have the privilege to pull out from the social contract.
Yeah, what was that phrase that was like, if you were raised by wolves, you still have to thank the wolves for their contribution to your life or something?
I mean, I think the quote was, libertarians are wrong.
Well, true. That's the quote for everything.
And because Larry loves when I say it, I've never met a libertarian I couldn't beat up. And I'm willing to test that.
It is so fucking true.
Bring your Rand, and you don't need to bring gloves. I'll bring my one book of choice. It's probably going to be a Malcolm X book. And we can have it out. It'll be fine. By any means
statistically speaking, you don't even have to do that when you're talking to a libertarian. You can just run a mile in 10 minutes and they probably can't keep up with you.
See, I don't even need to pull this like long-term thing. No, like self-sufficiency. You can protect yourself and you don't need anyone else. So fight me.
Yeah. But of course,
Open
none
call.
of them fucking.
We might change this show to Nick's open call to fight libertarians because we'll set it up.
Did you see the libertarian tunnel vision thing I sent you?
I actually didn't. I was in the midst of some problematic things.
Let me see if I can find it.
Also,
Come
why
on.
are you being cautiously optimistic anyway?
Oh, so I'll get to that. Hang on. As soon as I find this fucking picture. It was like yesterday, so that must be why. Oh, here it is. Libertarian tunnel vision right here.
What do we got? So, interesting thing. You know how it's been brought up how Palantir is being used more recently?
Yeah.
Now, it's just interesting to me. Who's the one character who it seems like has just not been acting up and is just silently acting lately?
What do you mean by character?
I'd say he's someone from the private sector, acts in the public sector enough that he created something that we talk about a lot. Well, not
Elon?
Elon, best friends or rivals.
Okay.
Elon, who's Pokemon rivals with Teal, who they both pretty much worked a lot on Palantir.
Yeah.
After the breakup, we'll say, that happened a while back, I've been scared of this guy. And just like, where are his efforts going? If I don't see him, that's worse. It's like a shark in the water.
Well, thankfully, the good news with Elon Musk is that he is actually a mouth-breathing mongoloid, so he's probably doing drugs anytime you're not looking at him.
See, mouth-breathing... Okay, no. He is a mouth-breathing mongoloid at social understanding. He has like a little bit of engineering understanding, not good enough that he can beat anyone in his company, but good enough that he could cause a problem for me.
Yeah, maybe.
And a infinite wealth of resources that I could never touch. He could buy a Bugatti every single minute and never run out of money to do it. That's insane.
Bugatti? He's gonna buy a Bugatti.
Oh, you want a Bugatti? Yeah. Why London? I don't know, but sometimes.
Oh, I was referencing Andrew Tate because he talks about Bugattis like they're the coolest thing ever, when in reality he probably doesn't know how to drive.
For some reason, I thought his thing was Lambos.
It's probably... See, that's the thing. All those cars he shows off, he probably doesn't own. He probably just rents them for the day for the photo shoot.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's proven that, like, especially after he won his first decent fight back in the day, all he did was lease a really shitty luxury car and then be really in debt over it.
Yeah, pathetic.
Beyond pathetic.
I am clinging to my 2015 Honda Accord until it actually like dissolves under me.
Also, if we want, we can throw Andrew Tate in the mix too. I will pay you, Andrew, to let me fight. I saw you once say that you'll fight any of your fans. What about one who's not your fan?
Who did he get his ass kicked by recently?
Oh fuck, that was fuck, who was it? God, I hate that guy. Yeah, no, please pull it for us. But yeah, no, I hate him more than I hate a lot of people because so many young men are just so victimized by him. It's not good.
Okay, so according to the fucking AI overview bullshit, it was Chase Demore.
Now, okay, folks, for anyone who isn't obsessed with the villains in their life like I am, I'm going to explain something about Andrew Tate. He's not a bad fighter, but he's not a good fighter.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get into doing what he does because your fighting career is taking up all your time, you know?
I mean, he was kind of washing a little bit. He has a decent record, but everyone who looks at his record will contest that he seemed to pick and choose to pad it. It is valid, and he's done some good fights, but he is not anything in the realm of boxing that you would consider at the top level.
By the way, did I tell you about the time that Tate accidentally outed himself as a Trekkie?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know if I told the audience, so I'll repeat it. Um, so Andrew Tate, you know, he does his stupid fucking videos, and in one of them, he's talked about like how he doesn't watch movies, he doesn't read fiction because
I
it's
don't
a waste of
have time
time.
to consume all your bullshit. I don't listen to music. Me, I work out. I'm top G.
Yeah,
I
that's
make my
exactly it.
time matter.
Which, by the way, it's funny for him to claim he doesn't watch movies when he's constantly talking about escaping the Matrix, but whatever. So, in one video of his that I unfortunately saw, he was talking about how he's super adaptable and how like anyone who attacks him, he has like a different argument in favor and like oh he can
If you try
he's doing
coming
all
to
that
me,
bullshit.
I have a response here. Another here. It's just
Yeah.
like martial arts. You have to be prepared with your defenses. And yes, folks, it's all of that specific thing. It's like Shatner, but speeded up by 3 times.
So somewhere in there, he said he compared his adaptability to that of the Borg, and specifically to the fact that the Borg can adjust their shield frequencies to deflect different phasers.
In other words, he saw not only the Trek that Larry's seen, he's seen some Voyager Borg.
Oh, yeah, or like at least the fucking First Contact movie because that was in that as well. But
True. No,
so
right.
like so the whole thing I was watching this in was like because I've never fucking watched a second of Andrew Tate on my own. I've seen clips of him on other people's shows where they make fun of him. So when he said that one, the show I was watching, one of the guys on it who's also a big Next Gen fan starts fucking yelling at him like, "I bet you $1,000 if I put a gun to Andrew Tate's head, he could recite the Locutus of Borg speech from memory." And I think he could.
There's only one Trek thing that I would care enough about to actually commit to my whole brain. And can
Which
you guess
one?
what it is?
It's something from DS9. It's something to do with Cisco. I'm guessing. I'm guessing it's one of the speeches Cisco gives.
No. It's with a race that I think you haven't even seen be correct yet.
The Ferengi. Okay. What? Which bit is it?
The rules of acquisition, baby.
Oh yeah. Okay. I know what those are. I just haven't like heard the whole thing.
Quark's practical Bible that he brings up at every point that he ever can. I love it so much.
I will say I've seen 2 Ferengi episodes so far, and the first one was kind of lame, but I do like the second one.
I just don't. Okay, it's bad faith.
Elaborate.
It's still on this idea that the Federation's above everything that's not the Federation.
Yeah.
And it hasn't come around to where we can really just accept, hey, the Federation is dope. It's not perfect. It's far from perfect. There's a lot of options. Federation's pretty dope. And I think we can all, like most of us can agree, it would help most of us.
Yeah.
And that's cool. But in the beginning, it doesn't feel like we understand that. Nowadays, we're in post-burn fucking Star Trek, bro. Like
yeah. The Federation, from what I understand, especially in DS9, definitely has like the shady shit they occasionally take part in to maintain their own utopia.
Yes, and it feels honest. And then we experience the burn, and everything goes to shit. And like we have that utopia and all the hidden fighting war forces that we had, all that goes to hell. And now we just kind of got to restart, and we don't have the luxury of hiding anything anymore.
So I'm going to ask this, even though I know the answer. You've seen Serenity, right? I knew the answer.
First of all, let's not start with the movie. Let's start with the show, my boy.
Well, I'm referencing a specific line of dialogue that was in Serenity.
Oh, yeah. Well, for our audience who doesn't know, we're talking about Firefly.
Yeah. So there's
Firefly's
the whole what?
Firefly's a niche. It was niche at the time. I feel like now we're getting into like weird remnants that some people might not know.
So there's so actually the villain in Serenity's the sequel movie that wraps up everything from Firefly.
Exactly.
So the villain was Chiwetel Ejiofor back when he was super young and not at all famous yet. Like this is before Doctor Strange or anything.
Wait. Who is this in Doctor Strange?
Remember Mordo from Doctor Strange?
Oh, fuck.
So a decade before that, when he was super young and not famous at all yet, he was the villain in Serenity.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
So there's a great scene where he's talking about how, like, he's the bad guy who does the evil shit behind the scenes so that his society can be this bright, shining utopia on the hill. And they say to him, like,
he's the
yeah, exactly. And they're like, how do you square that circle? Like, how can you say that you're this utopia when you do all this evil shit? And he just goes, oh, I have no illusions. I understand there's no place for me in the society I'm building.
I live outside the society to make the society.
Yeah, I'm a monster. I admit that.
It's like Fallout 1, bro. We're very thankful for your service, but there's no place for you, and you have to leave.
Yeah, exactly.
Go. Get the fuck out of here. It's like Danzo and fucking Naruto. The greatest. There's so many characters. We see it time and time again. Any utopia is probably held up by like 3 dudes with the sins of the world on their back.
Or best case scenario was at one time.
Yeah. I mean, like, they could be dead, but people still did it.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Federation, even if we ignore like Section 31 and shit, like the Federation would not exist without all the horrific shit Earth had to go through to get to the point to founding the Federation.
I mean, I'll take it a step further. The Federation, for a lot of early Trek, is safe and does its best to avoid any conflict. Klingons, Romulans, and even small-time conflict. Now, I try to bring this up as much as I can just because I think about it a lot. That time Picard let one planet sell crack to another planet that was right next to it.
Yeah. I have not yet gotten to that one in my rewatch, but I do vaguely remember it.
Tell me when you do, because they just sold crack.
That's a relatively early one, right? Like the first couple seasons?
Yeah, it's like pretty early, and like it's
okay, because I'm like a little over halfway through the first season right now.
It's part of the reason JLP pisses me off so much until he kind of accepts. I'm kind of a dick.
Yeah, Zoe, it's not literal crack. It's an allegory for crack. It's some kind of space drug.
No. It is a drug that does effectively the same thing as crack. It's not cocaine. It's not the chemical structure.
Yeah, exactly. It's an allegory.
Crack it's kind of missing the point. It's crack.
Yeah.
Okay, it makes them all hopped up, energetic, happy, able to do more work the first time they get it.
And then they go through withdrawals when they don't have it, and they lose all their energy, and their health gets
every
fucked
symptom
up.
Can be comparable to crack.
It was very clearly the writers going, "This is crack."
It's crack. Like you just can't say crack on TV, but it's crack.
Yeah.
Like, sorry. I just get very in my feelings about this one because like it's not like a weird offset. It is so specifically this one thing. And
speaking of Next Gen, the one I watched last night, Angel One, was clearly written by somebody with a fetish.
Oh, yes. We're going to get into that in 1 second. I just want to make sure I explain first. The first batch of crack had a cure for a disease in it. but it was simultaneously crack.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of a mind fuck if you're thinking, well, why'd they have to take it? It was a cure for like plague they had. They had the plague, and so they gave them laced cure.
Yeah,
It's one of
they
the things I've ever heard of. Like,
it'd be like if you went to the hospital to get like antibiotics for an infection and they laced your antibiotics with fucking morphine.
So then every time, like every week, I gotta show back up to the hospital and be like, I'm dying. Give me more antibiotics.
By the way, you haven't seen the Bone Temple yet, have you?
No, I
Okay.
literally, I had a buddy come out and I was like, let's go see it. And he was like, eh.
Okay, I won't say anything then. Anyway, yeah, Angel 1 was definitely written by a guy with a fetish because it's not only a matriarchal planet, and a very clumsy gender politics allegory as well. But it's not just the women, like evolution's a little different on this planet, even though they mostly look like us. So the women were all taller and theoretically stronger than the men. So it's a planet populated entirely by tall, strong women and twinks.
Whoa. I want to just correct your fetish thought process here.
Okay.
You don't gotta be a twink to like big ladies.
No, you don't. But when all of the men were cast as like 5'6" and under, you're like, okay, I see what they were going for here.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I have never in my life noticed that portion because I have never paid enough attention to that part of the population. It's totally on me. I know what that says, but
I was actually watching the whole time trying to figure out how they were making the women taller than the men, and I think the answer is just casting exceptionally tall or short extras.
all I'm gonna say is that reminds me a lot of my D&D character. He was a literal wood elf,
Nice.
and had him encounter anytime he encountered a very big barbarian woman, he would just lose his ability to speak and just go, big lady.
Isn't I haven't watched Game of Thrones, but does the guy in that call her Big Woman or something? Big Woman.
It's not in the
Like,
same
wasn't that a
way.
bit?
No. I'm
Okay.
not talking about go, ooh, big lady. Big lady.
Yeah, but like, wasn't what's his name in love with Gwendolyn Christie and like?
I don't know
thought
the specifics of what he said, but there was something like that.
Okay, because I know Gwendolyn Christie from fucking Star Wars.
Have you seen Sir Dunk the Tall?
I have seen none of Game of Thrones, so if that's from that, then no.
It's from the new spinoff, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
I have not seen that.
Are there not?
I really thought everyone was going to be done with that franchise, but the piggies came back to the trough, so.
I'm not going to lie. My boy told me to watch this. And so my response was, as it usually is, doing South Park jokes. One wiener next to another wiener. And now I'm like, all right, cool, but that's a funny joke. Now I start this episode because he tells me to watch episode 2. The first full minute's just a giant cock. It's literally just a giant cock. And I was like, okay, buddy, like, I don't want to have to keep making this joke. Like, stop playing into it.
So, of all people, my grandma, who is 87, yeah, she turns 88 in a couple months.
This conversation's going to be hard to control myself. Go on.
No, it's not that bad. It's just she was a big Game of Thrones fan. Like, she watched the whole fucking series
Wonder
probably
why.
more than once through. What?
Wonder why.
I know it wasn't the sex stuff because she's not super into that, but
so just
I mean, she'll tolerate it.
I mean, she didn't see the giant snakes and get excited. No, sorry, dragons. I'm sorry, I meant dragons.
I don't know what her feelings were. What I know is that she's an 87-year-old Catholic woman who I doubt was watching it for horny reasons, but
I'm Irish. I'm just gonna disagree that Catholics ain't horny, bro. Like, we are the
no, I'm not saying Catholics ain't, but 87-year-old women tend not to be. But then again, I don't know what's in her fucking head. Anyway, the point is that
just up in your grandma's head, just she's jamming.
The point is that because she knows Game of Thrones, I actually explained to her a slightly toned down version of the Wiener song from South Park, and like the whole like the dragons are coming. It's gonna take time, but they're coming.
Floppy wieners first.
Yeah. Anyway, it is absolutely imperative that this guy's wiener be visible in the shot.
You need to see it.
But yeah, explaining wiener to my grandma was like a really weird experience for me.
One wiener next to another wiener. No, bro, I understand where you're coming from. Dealing with grandmas is always just strange situations that don't compare to dealing with your parents. Like,
I also, it's not so much that I got her to do this as it is that I confirmed what she was already thinking. My grandma voted in favor of legalizing psychedelics last election.
I mean, your grandma was a lawyer, right?
That's my other grandma.
I always fucking do this.
That's okay. You only briefly met her, so
it's hard to keep track, but I try my best.
Nobody asked you to explain that song to your grandma. There was some particular. It wasn't the song. It was the South Park parody of George R.R. Martin. For some reason, became relevant to the discussion.
I think Zoe fully understands, and is just also saying there was no reason you had to do that.
She asked, man. I wasn't gonna lie to her. I'm not gonna like go out of my way to explain.
How did this come up, Larry?
Because we were talking about Game of Thrones and how she was like expressing frustration at how long it took to tell the finished story, and I was like, "Yeah, South Park was making jokes about that a decade ago."
So you wanted to explain that Trey is also waiting for the dragons, which led to one floppy wiener next to another wiener.
Well, so I didn't even remember that line. I just repeated the line about like, anyway, it's absolutely imperative that this guy's wiener be in the shot. And then I kind of said, like, they apparently really loved that joke because they wrote a parody version of the song that was just the word wiener.
I feel like it's just anything Trey puts his time into, he will comment on at least once. And, bro, we're on episode 2 of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and the episode opened with a gigantic floppy cock. They have to know the joke. They
actually The Pit a couple episodes ago, speaking of HBO shows with nudity in them, The Pit had, because a lot of the cases in that show are fairly minor and like only get a couple minutes of screen time. One of them was just what's it called, priapism, when you can't get your boner to go down. I think that's called priapism.
I thought that was called hilariousm.
Aha. No, mine goes down and then comes back up 20 minutes later.
Well, yeah, but we don't got to hear about the nighttime activities. I was just talking about the cock. Excuse me for 1 second. I got to go take the piss, so I'm not going to take too many more. Like, oh my God.
All right. So while I wait for Nick to take the piss, I'm going to find out more about Andrew Tate like in fucking Star Trek. I want to see what else I can find. Oh, his name isn't even Andrew. It's fucking Emery, which, I mean, his father was Emery Tate, so that makes sense. I didn't realize that Andrew wasn't his first name. Yeah, his father was, like, actually famous, which is kind of nuts. Excuse me. Okay. Is there anything actually interesting in Andrew Tate's backstory, or is he just an asshole because he feels like it? It looks like that to be the case. That looks to be the case.
His dad was in the CIA. That's one.
He was, and he also, more importantly, was like the world champion at chess.
Andrew Tate's actually great at chess, but doesn't matter.
I mean, that makes, like, as much as I hate to admit it, when your dad is literally world champion, it makes sense you'd grow up to be fairly good at it.
No, wasn't world champion. He was a master, but didn't achieve the title of grandmaster because the title didn't exist yet. Also, his dad's black, so there's a little bit of complication with the tournament entry. But
you are correct. He was chess international master.
I hate that I know these specific things about Andrew Tate's dad, but yeah, no, his dad specifically never made the grandmaster.
Also, tragically, I have to admit, Emery Tate has got that shit on.
Bro, no, that's what I'm. No, like his dad was a black CIA like pro chess player. I'm sorry, but that is pretty cool. I
He also
understand why.
reportedly
Like,
was a huge piece of shit to his family.
oh yeah, I know he cheated on his wife constantly. That's why his wife left, moved countries. That's the whole reason Tate's American and not British.
Yeah, he does like the fake. By the way, I know that accent is fake because if you go watch old videos from like before he was famous,
He
but
doesn't
still
talk
fairly recently, he has a bit of an accent, but he talks
well,
differently.
he reclaimed his London accent. I'm kindly saying reclaimed. I could say appropriated, but I guess he lived there for a bit, so it depends on how you look at it.
Yeah, his accent, or at least his speech patterns, are somewhat of an affectation.
But just if you're tricked by it, he never lived in South London. That he's
Yeah.
implying he did. He did not.
What were we talking about before you ran off to fucking? Oh yeah, I was talking about the priapism guy on the pit.
Oh yeah, Cox. We were talking about Cox. Thank you, Larry.
Yeah. Anyway, we actually do get to. I doubt it was the guy's real dick, but because it's HBO, they don't have to shy away from medical stuff. So yeah, we get to see his big, huge, fucking hard dick.
So when are you going to show that episode to your grandma?
Well, my grandma actually does love that show. The only reason she The only reason she and my mom haven't watched this season is because they got too spoiled by binging and can't watch shows to week anymore. Which I do get with The Pit specifically because The Pit takes place all in one day. And yes, I said get to see. You know what? I respect an aesthetically pleasing hog. I'm not aroused by it. I don't want to touch it or look at it or smell it or anything, but I respect it. I respect its existence.
Uh, uh,
What?
You okay, bro. You bringing up that you don't want to smell it is so specific, and I just need to address that.
I don't know, man.
Exactly, you don't. You don't. That's all I'm trying to say, and that's okay.
Anyway, just the case was kind of funny because one, the reason the guy had a boner that wouldn't go down is because he was trying to surprise his wife for their anniversary, so he used double the dosage for the medication that he was supposed to. But yeah, they literally just siphon blood out of it with fucking syringes and shit. They numb him up and they siphon blood.
So in Starfleet Academy.
Yeah, I actually there is a story from that show I wanted to tell you because I was so touched by it. No pun intended. Um I was emotionally touched by it for woke points reasons.
Zoe, clip this man.
Yeah. so so for context, this season of The Pit takes place on the 4th of July. Well, they said 4th of July weekend, but they also explicitly said it's Saturday, and assuming that it takes place this year, that would be 4th of July. Anyway, not important.
Is it okay if I get something out my system?
Sure.
America, fuck yeah. Coming
True.
again to save the motherfucking pit, yeah. Okay, sorry.
So one of the cases they have this, or I guess she's done this season, but one of the ones they had in the first few episodes was this old, and by old I mean like 60, so like probably retired, but not very old,
Sure.
Russian Jewish woman who burned herself on her leg really badly.
Shout out to my Ashkenazi folks.
Yeah, she is, I think, Ashkenazi or something similar. So so they go in and the nurse is asking, like, now how'd you get this burn? And she says, I dropped my samovar. Do you know what a samovar is?
I don't want to say the wrong thing. Make sure I'm talking about the right thing before I say something stupid.
What do you think it is?
Okay, so isn't that the fucking food thing, or am I thinking of the wrong thing?
It's basically a tea kettle.
Yeah, okay, but like it's not just tea. It's like
Yeah, it's like a specialized kind of cast iron thing.
yeah, I don't have the words to put this into, but it's a kosher utensil. That's what I would say.
Basically. Yeah, so she says I dropped my samovar and splashed myself with boiling water. And the nurse doesn't know what a samovar is, but Noah Wiley's character does, because he's also Russian Jewish. If that wasn't obvious from the fact that his last name is Rabinovich.
Well, I am
So
not
he kind
Russian.
of
Well, I'm glad I was in the right fucking room at least. I was
yeah,
I was slightly off.
so like he explains what it is. He kind of mutters something about like my mom would never let us touch ours or whatever. So then later on, when he's doing the initial treatment for this lady, she's like, oh, she's really thrilled to talk to him because, oh, another Russian Jew. So they're chatting, and she's like, oh, which synagogue do you go to? And he has to do the whole like, oh, I don't really go as often as I should. I'm sorry, type of thing.
He has to make himself like kind of be a villain for 10 seconds because god damn it, your mom's gonna be sad. She's gonna tell him that. He knows that, so you're gonna just sit through it. That is what it is. It's time to get lectured.
They don't really seem to know each other, so it's not that, but like,
You don't gotta know each other, bro. Okay, fun fact: someone came into my job once and then tried to get me to speak Spanish, didn't, and then lectured me about how I was a bad Puerto Rican, and I was like, "You pulled the wrong. I'm not from your island, but like, I'm sorry." And they're like, "Oh, fuck." But like,
so
elders.
anyway, so he's chatting with the lady, and he asks her, so which synagogue do you go to? And she kind of pauses, and she answers Tree of Life. I don't know if you remember the significance of that.
The shooting.
Yes.
Oh, that's rough.
Because this takes place in Pittsburgh, so they weave in stuff specific to Pittsburgh. And I don't remember if it's the same scene or later, but she admits to him sheepishly that the reason she dropped the samovar in the first place was because kids setting off fireworks outside gave her a PTSD flashback. Because I guess she was running late, walking up to the front door to go in when the shooting started, and then took off running. So like she feels guilty that she survived when other people didn't, and then she also like, of course, feels bad that she's having PTSD flashbacks from this, but so they commiserate, and they get this nice little thing. And there's a nurse, by the way, who's helping him, who I forget her character's name, but she's Muslim. She wears like a niqab.
It's wild you wanted to bring this up to me and then led this with floppy cock. But go on. Yeah, I'm just saying.
So there's a really nice moment a few scenes later where they cut back. By this point, Dr. Rabinovich has run off to do something else, and it's just the nurse finishing up. And the Jewish lady says to the nurse, "You're a Muslim, right?" Because the niqab. And she says, "Yeah, I am." And then she says, "Thank you." "Why thank me? I'm just wrapping your leg." And she goes, "No, not for that. After the shooting, the Muslim community were the ones who stood by us the most. They marched with us. They helped us arrange funerals. They took care of the food. Like, it's just like this really nice moment paying tribute to an actual community in Pittsburgh that got really fucked, and another community that helped them out as much as they could.
I try not to get into this much, but I'll do it.
Okay.
Oh no, it's more just people get weird about the subject, but it's important to say occasionally. All the Abrahamic religions have and do give each other a solidarity that is pretty nice.
Yeah, like really often, like more often than not.
More often than not, like it is the thing they do, and I think that unfortunately, with the majority of the population being involved in Abrahamic religions, but a minority being like it's not equally spread.
Yeah,
you kind of end up with this weird media description that there's constant conflict.
Yeah, but because conflict makes the story interesting. So
Dirty Laundry. If we're gonna talk about old fucking classic rock.
yeah,
But yeah, how's that one? But that being said, it's really miraculous to see how often these communities can lean and help each other. At the
yeah,
time, the civil rights movement wouldn't even be described in such polar opposites as it is today. You could call someone on another side or of another faith and get that support. It's just weird how we have, like, I don't think it should be a big deal. This
it's
one,
yeah, and I agree.
but like TV has turned it into this conversation point of now it's a big deal, and it's like, well, is it? Because this has been the norm. I guess is where I come at this.
I gotta say that, like, speaking of things being the norm, that the lady with the niqab has been a recurring character on the pit from the first episode. So I'm really glad to see that the first actual acknowledgement of her niqab was not in the form of an angry patient ripping it off.
I'm
Like as a hate crime.
I'm not. I actually think that's a bit too much. Just
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is
well,
like,
no, like not even as a first one, just in general. That's a bit much. Like there's
yeah,
not.
like I agree. But the second I saw, like when I watched the first episode and I saw her wearing that, I was like, oh god, that's gonna be like they're gonna have a racist who fucking does something about it. And then luckily they have not yet. They probably shouldn't, as you're saying.
I mean, someone's gonna call her something akin to like a towel head or something like this, like lame, shitty 2000s racism. But that's pretty much the most she'll get.
Yeah, they
Yeah, see?
thankfully this show is thankfully it's clever enough that usually when they're going to do a story like that, they do it in a more clever way than just have a guy be an asshole.
You in this fucking pit, man.
Well, I get that, like, hospitals are not your favorite subject, and they are not mine either, to be clear.
It's not even that they're not my favorite subject, is that I have spent enough real life time in a hospital that I'm not giving my free time to watching a hospital.
Yeah, I get it. Trust me. Like they scare the piss out of me whenever I'm in one.
The scary thing is no more time. None of my time that doesn't need to be is going to be spent on a hospital with thoughts of a hospital. That's just unnecessary.
Well, so like I've been extremely lucky health wise for most of my life. Like I think I've only ever had to take antibiotics like twice in my entire fucking life.
Like, oh yeah, all right. Just saying, everyone, mark down every time that Larry points out something that might prove he's a giant from Skyrim. Just saying.
No, what I was gonna say was that and it's very nice to like have not had to worry about serious health issues or illnesses or anything. The downside of that is that it has led me to be pants shitting terrified of doctors and hospitals because the only time I ever see them is in movies where people die in them.
You know, that actually makes sense. There's a distance with it. For me, without giving too much of my personal information out, I've been to hospitals a lot. I've had to take multiple extended stays. There's been particular things that happen on an immediate basis, and there's just been like life. But
yeah,
I'm not scared of doctors like they're like some fucking scary thing from the Rugrats. It's more just like, okay. Do you know how the DMV is annoying as shit and takes too much of your time?
Yeah, except for the Leominster one, which was fantastic, so they got rid of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but like as an organization, the DMV pisses you off and takes too much of your time.
Yeah.
So you don't want to give anything else to it. That's me with hospitals. I'm not scared of them, but I'm just I just don't need it. It's fun.
I am like when's the last time I went to one for myself? It might have been when I broke my collarbone when I was like 4. Now I've been to them since for other people, like to visit them or to like have something done or whatever.
Oh wait, you're always on this side of me. This man.
Yeah.
This man.
So like the last time I had to personally go to one was when my dad fell and hit his head on a block of wood like an idiot, and he wound up being fine, which is why I'm making fun of him.
Did you
But
call him Charlie Brown?
no, we didn't call anybody. I just drove his dumb ass to the fucking ER.
No. It feels like you're really missing a joke opportunity. You can call him Charlie Brown.
Why? It's been a
Blockhead.
while. Oh no, it was. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Bang.
Yeah, it was. It was not a block, more of like a pylon, like a plank. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So you can call him Ed and Eddie, or someone, Johnny.
Yeah. So anyway, I was there. And by the way, like every fucking time you go to the ER, they diagnose you, they give you an Advil, and then they charge you $150.
No, I'm just saying that I have once gone to the ER and they were on their shit. I know.
Well, I'm glad to hear it that they are somewhere because they sure as hell weren't in Framingham.
It's not that. I know that here in America we deal with a really shitty healthcare system. I do want to point out two things. One, self-advocation is your best friend.
Oh yes.
Fun fact. When I was dealing with a certain problem, I went to the desk and I said, "Nope, I'm not leaving until you get me a person." Guess what they did? They got me a person.
Yeah.
Got me in the goddamn office. I mean,
my dad actually did that once because he had norovirus, and he was like dehydrated from throwing up and shitting too much.
Folks. No, you can. It's uncomfortable, but you can sit there and not move.
Yeah, so they had him fucking sitting there for like an hour, and he just got sick of it. No pun intended. So the way he got attention was walking up and letting himself throw up in front of them, rather than run off to the bathroom to do it like he had been.
Well, it is natural human tendency to hide when you're not feeling well. But the whole thing with the hospital is they have to delegate their resources. It makes sense from like an organizational point of view and to make sure everyone's getting help. But like, if you're ever dealing with something that bad, they don't know what you're going through. Tell the fucking hospital, folks. Self-advocation is all you can do to protect yourself in the American healthcare system.
So the last time I went with him, which by the way was literally a month before COVID started, so we fucking talk about being the last chopper out of Saigon. I literally did not sit down or touch anything for the entire 3 hours I was there.
I can imagine.
Like that's how terrified I am of the fucking plagues that emergency rooms carry. I stood there with my hands in my pockets, not touching anything for 3 hours.
Low-key surprised you haven't shaved your head yet.
If I'd had, well, this was 7 years ago, so that helps. But I did definitely take a shower when I got home. I'll tell you that much.
Well, I always take a shower when I get home from the hospital. You have to.
Well, I take a shower when I'm done going out for the day in general, because otherwise I'm like run the risk of showering and then getting sweaty and having to shower again.
I change my sheets.
Well, yeah, me too. But the self-advocation goes for literally everything in life. Your point is valid, Nick, but people need to start advocating for themselves in every area of life. No one else will do it for you. True. Yeah, seriously.
Valid point. I guess my thought process is only on that people let their guards down in the hospital and they want to pretty much appeal to this higher authority that they think will always advocate for you. And while I feel like you should always advocate for yourself in life, I feel like the hospital and the healthcare system is almost deceptive in that a lot of people think that they don't need to, but you do. And that's only where I kind of want to make sure I point this out a lot. But you are absolutely right, Zoe.
Yeah, my biggest fear is at hospitals is whatever fucking illness the other people in the ER are carrying.
Yep. You understand why there's something of a limit to this, right? Fuck it, I'll tell it. So fun fact, folks, way back in the day, Nick got a hole in his torso that wasn't supposed to be there. Now, in the process of healing from this hole in my torso, you end up having to go for surgery and stuff, right? Like that's just how things work. I had to go get what's called. I'm not gonna get too deep into this, but I got a hole surgically put into my stomach to put a camera in there to check out the other hole and to make sure everything was good. Now, when I'm going in for the pre-op for this, I get COVID, Larry.
I remember that. Or I remember hearing.
Get COVID from the hospital itself.
Yep.
Now, this is where it's going to be real interesting, folks, because most of you were sitting there going, that's terrible. Oh, my God. But wait, there's a twist Shyamalan couldn't write.
I think I remember this, but go ahead.
Because this twist is dumb. So, getting COVID makes me cough a lot. I cough so much, I burst open the stitches in the hole and end up like reopening my wound. Now, this would be bad, but somewhat normal with how stitches work, except the waterfall of liquid started coming. And just as someone who's got a hole in the torso, that wasn't blood, it was something else.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude, I'm like, what the fuck?
Did you figure out what it was?
I was going septic.
Oh, lovely.
Or I was getting sepsis. I forget how they say that in the actual term, but
yeah.
I was getting sepsis. COVID burst my stitches, made me cough so much that all the pus liquid and otherwise gross things. I know, right? You're like, this is insane and gross. Very gross.
The cool part of that is that you can compare yourself to Jesus because he also had a non-blood fluid come out of a hole in his side.
God, I was already doing the Caesar comparisons. You didn't just help me. Are you telling me I got rammed with the spear of destiny?
Well, I thought of that because one of the for people who believe Jesus actually existed, one of the logical.
Exist. You mean for people who believe he was divine? Go on.
Well, no, I mean for the people who believe that he did literally exist, because some people don't.
Yeah. No, books are wrong. You're right.
So one of the theories to try to provide a scientific explanation for that is that not sepsis necessarily, but like getting stabbed in the right place can cause non-blood fluids to come out.
Huh.
Like if you hit the right organ, or if you get sepsis in that case.
Oh my God, that's interesting. I've never heard this.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of scholars for literal centuries have tried to come up with logical explanations for the tales told in the Bible. Not even to disprove them, but to just be like, oh, well, that makes more sense now.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, I actually am a big fan of when they do that without trying to prove anything, but just trying to see, like, could this work? Almost like Christian Mythbusters, Bible Mythbusters, bro.
Also, Zoe says, glad you made it through all that, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, seriously. I only heard about it secondhand. And
oh, yeah, I don't bring it up a ton, but thank you.
What I remember from that was that I saw you like a week later because I was helping you move some stuff.
Oh, me with my cane, as I literally can barely move. And folks, I'm walking like Yoda inside the Lego Star Wars game. Like,
you're exaggerating. You weren't that bad because you didn't
that bad, but it's a good example.
Because I picked you up in my car and we went back to your place, and then once you were there, you didn't need the cane anymore. So I think you just. But the funny part wasn't the cane. The funny part was that you didn't have your contact lenses in, or I don't even know if you wear contact lenses.
I don't.
Okay, well, you had glasses on, which you normally don't. And for some reason, in my brain instinctively went, "Oh, that must be related," even though that doesn't make any sense.
So, audience here, y'all are with us here in the beginning. I will tell you something. Let's not bring this up later, but like this is something that exists. I am a black man living in America.
Yeah.
And people find me threatening.
Yeah, which is silly because you look like you.
So I wear glasses.
Normally you don't.
I wear glasses outside because I look more Will Smithy.
Yeah.
And like it makes my life easier.
Yeah, that is true. But anyway, like for some reason, when I saw you walk out in the glasses, I for some reason thought that was a related injury.
That's funny as shit. It's like, no, I'm just putting on all my social barriers because I feel like shit. And also, the cane is partially because I feel more comfortable with it in public. Of course, I'm not going to use it in my house if I don't need it. Fuck.
Yeah, you said that it was something they like suggested you have in case you were feeling weak or something. I think that was what you told me.
They did suggest I had it outside for a little bit. That was kind of
Yeah.
like
Well, you had like, wasn't it your grandpa's or something? It was like the fancy engraved one. Yeah, because it wasn't just the cheap one they give you at the hospital.
Place, but long story short, I got one of my grandpas has it's kind of like a Watson African campaignish vibe.
Yeah, it has like carvings and shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really cool fucking cane. You were showing it to me. I was like, hell yeah.
I'm currently having it worked on. Is it so? It isn't here, but I'm getting it. Tipped.
Yeah. If I ever need a cane, I want to get a sword cane.
You want to get a Swain, bro? They're overrated.
Yeah. I know they're overrated, but still, I just want to be able to go, you want to fuck with me, young man? Shwing!
See, part of me gets where you're coming from. Part of me is like, okay, just hear out my point for a second.
Okay.
How heavy is a sword?
Couple pounds, usually.
How heavy is a wooden stick?
A pound or two.
Put that together, give it to an old man, and say constantly use this to keep yourself up. Now, while I understand all of your value and stuff, in that, like, it's a weapon, why not make a dagger inside of a cane? It feels like we should grow this. Yeah, no, I just feel like we should grow this concept. A sword cane is so fucking useless. What, am I going to unsheath the entire cane? Folks, think about the logistics of how that works for a second. I have this on the floor. And, like, what, I'm supposed to, like, turn it, hold myself up to the point that I don't need the cane, and, like completely throw that away, and then make a complete sword swing. No, you're dumb.
Yeah.
Making a dagger. Making a knife. A weapon in your cane is cool. A sword cane is the most impractical shit I've ever heard of.
Just do what the Penguin does with his umbrellas and just have a fucking gun built into it.
Well, ironically, that's based on a very specific KGB weapon that was used to try to assassinate someone one time. But, like, I'm just saying, a sword cane is you trying to flex.
I guess Assassin's Creed Syndicate did one of these, but I didn't play that one, so.
I didn't play Syndicate.
In fact, I didn't play any of them.
I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, I need to actually go back and play Assassin's Creed one of these days.
Oh, by the way, who's your favorite assassin?
I have never played any of them, so I don't have one.
Ezio Auditore is a god. What do you mean?
Just for rage bait reasons, my favorite is the one Michael Fassbender played in the shitty movie adaptation.
Oh, fair point. But yeah, Ezio Auditore, man.
I never actually saw the movie either, come to think of it. I heard it sucked, so.
Oh, I didn't watch it because I was born in 97, and I know that video game movies are not good, except the 1993 version of the Mario Brothers with John Leguizamo. But that's a special case.
There's one or two exceptions, but yeah, generally they're not good.
I mean, I watched the Minecraft movie.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god.
I didn't hate it as much as you think I did.
I hated that fucking movie.
I hated your movie more. See, here's the thing.
Which one? Oh, War of the Worlds? Yeah.
Yeah. No, because, like, listen, a movie that knows it's stupid is one thing. Minecraft knows it's a bad movie. War of the Worlds, you pitch this to me as a movie that is like The Room. But here's the thing. This movie doesn't know it's a good movie, but it doesn't know it's a bad movie.
Oh, no, it was trying, and that's why it's so captivating to watch.
I'd rather watch fucking Nacho Libre, where it's a bad movie and we know it's a bad movie. Also, ironically, with Jack Black. Now I'm pointing this out.
Yeah. Minecraft isn't just a bad movie; it's brain rot. Fucking real, dude. Real. Like, I think I've told you this, but I don't think I've told the audience. The argument everyone made for the Minecraft movie was like, it's just a dumb game movie for 6-year-olds. It's not supposed to be high art. And I was like, all right, I'm going to try that out. I took a bunch of edibles. I put on the Minecraft movie. I specifically sailed the high seas for it on purpose out of disrespect.
First question. Did you play Minecraft? Just to make sure that was like, I know how you
Not really, no. Like, I've seen it here and there, but no, I never, like, played it.
Fair.
And so I take edibles, I queue up my perfectly legal copy of the movie.
As a B.
And I tell myself, all right, I am 6 years old. It is 2004, or, 4. I am 6 years old.
All right, Dr. Manhattan.
I am going to watch this movie as such. So I put it on. I'm watching it, getting increasingly stoned, but that's not making it better. It's making it worse. I'm watching it, and I keep thinking the same thought over and over and over and over again. When I was 6 years old, I got Spider-Man 2. When I was 6 years old, I got Spider-Man 2. When I was 6 years old, I got Spider-Man 2. So
I don't think that pitch is the right way to describe what that movie is.
I agree. Trust me. But anyway, at one point in the movie, I get so pissed off that I pause it, pull out my phone, and go and take a 10-minute break to watch the train fight from Spider-Man 2 on YouTube on my phone.
Didn't you text me during this and you're like, I hate this?
I think I did, yeah.
Yeah, no, because I feel like I got a message during this about how...
So I just sat there for 10 minutes with it paused on my TV watching the train fight from Spider-Man 2, getting increasingly furious. I should play Minecraft as a Lego fan. I will keep that in mind next time I need a new game. But right now, I'm still working on it.
I think insistently, this movie has not been described the right way. And the way I see it, one, Minecraft the game is fun. Larry, you've been playing with fucking things you can put together for years. Now, I'm one of them weird motherfuckers who was on computers for a while. And I was playing Minecraft back when we were still in early beta form. And it was a fun time. It did shape me. It did help me. It was cool. I mean...
By the way, I forgot to bring this up when we were talking about Lego not doing military shit. Actually, this is the wrong one. This is the right one. One of the weird exceptions they did to their military, to no military shit, was Indiana Jones sets. I love it. Because I kept saying, like, I'm still mad they never made a Lego of remember the tank battle from Last Crusade?
When you brought up Indiana Jones, I was like, well, you have whole ass Nazis there. I was kind of confused.
Yeah, so the Lego sets of them, they do have scenes with Nazis, but they de-emphasize the Nazi connection.
Tell me one thing.
Okay.
Are there Lego figures with swastikas on them?
No. Very explicitly, there's no iconography on them at all. Like, the box will just call them, like... No, like, the box literally just calls them enemy guard or whatever.
Oh, they're leaning out. Okay, good.
But with this one exception, look at this fucking symbol on one of the planes.
That's an Iron Cross.
Yeah.
The Iron Cross, for those who aren't aware, is a German medal given to the Wehrmacht for extending service, usually requiring a large amount of time, as well as extend like very proficient deeds.
Now, to be fair, it existed before. Like, it existed before World War I, in fact.
Yes, it did.
So there are non-Nazi affiliated uses of that symbol even to this day.
It's not a Nazi symbol. It's okay. To be clear, folks, Nazism is the Third Reich. This is from previous Reichs.
Yeah. It's associated enough with Nazis that a lot of times people avoid using it, but it is not a Nazi symbol.
Yeah, no. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. There's a bunch of Prussian families who can claim gigantic pride with their iron crosses, having nothing to do with anything that we would associate with that regime.
Yeah, it's just it's just weird to me that like they usually don't do military shit, but they not only did military planes here, but one of them's got the fucking Iron Cross on it.
The Iron Cross is a weird choice. That's a fucking choice.
Similarly, none of them are really within arm's reach, but the sets I have of Crystal Skull actually, because they're Soviets in that movie, actually says like CCCP on their vehicles and shit. Now, granted, that's a much less controversial fucking thing than a swastika or whatever, but
I will raise you that CCCP is still a Romanized translation and not the Cyrillic ass, whatever you want to call it, that I cannot read.
I know. It's just interesting that like they made plenty of military exceptions for Indiana Jones, but then they don't want to do like the tank battle. It just pisses me off because the tank battle is literally like one of my favorite scenes in the whole fucking franchise, and I wanted a Lego of it.
Fair. I'm not deep in this game enough to like know how to comment.
Crash your goddamn computer in the beta days of Minecraft, loading the world up with TNT. Good times. Hell yeah.
Nah, Zoe, I'm gonna fucking raise you. Crash your game on purpose by closing the window as you've moved an item from your inventory into a container on pre-beta 1.7, and you'll have two versions. The original duplicate before all these motherfuckers got talky. And here's the thing, I didn't post my findings because I wanted my glitch to last, and it did. Someone caught me though.
Yeah, so just for context, like this is what the minifigures of the Nazis look like. They just look like generic soldier guys.
Can I have you move that? Yeah, there. More to your right. Good. Lean it a little more towards us. No, like this. Yes. There we go. Now it's focused. Look at that.
Yeah, like, so they'll make guns, but they always make, like, just generic revolvers and shit. Like, they don't make specific models of guns.
Oh, man, I love my blue generic pistol.
Damn, kids don't know the game hasn't been its best in, like, a decade. That's what I've heard.
These kids don't know nothing about railroad boosters, Zoe. Larry, have you ever heard about railroad boosters?
Maybe?
Or railway boosters, depending on who you talk to. But, Minecraft used to be really fun in that it had a physics engine, but didn't have ways to promote a lot of movement. So we had to come up with really stupid ideas. One was making a 4x4 square, which would make a circle, putting a bunch of minecarts on it. So there's too many that they all push each other all the time.
Nice.
So then they speed up to their max velocity, and you pretty much use them like as you go into a corner, you catch them and they just set you shooting. Like it's
I love doing shit like that, like hacking the game without actually hacking it.
We didn't have anything, so that like those were the mechanics so many people used. It was such a fun time. Nowadays there's too many answers for questions. I prefer when we have to come up with stupid like rigged ways.
Yeah, there is something to be said about like necessity, mother of innovation, all that shit.
Absolutely. Old video gaming. I mean, okay. Here's an example that's really silly that a lot of people don't know. In Fallout 3, the ending sequence. Well, actually, I'll start with Fallout New Vegas. In Fallout New Vegas, there's a sequence where you go on a train. You don't have to do it, but there's an option. This game does not make anything for trains, bro. So they made the entire helmet a train car and then put your body underneath the floor of the game and had your character running. So you didn't realize you were just a guy running, but it looks like you're in a train.
That's awesome.
It's so stupid. So every time you would get to the credits in 3 or New Vegas, your head turned into a movie theater and you watch the credit sequence. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, sorry. It has your character sitting inside of an actual theater watching a screen instead of like making a cutscene. It just makes you watch a video from sitting in your chair.
That's awesome.
Innovation, bro. Old video game designers were chef's kiss.
By the way, so you asked why I have Cautious Optimist as my name.
I am.
So I mentioned in passing, and I'm going to talk about it more here. The fucking the new Marvel miniseries called Wonder Man premiered on Tuesday night.
You brought this up, and I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about, and was not in a great place. So, like, what is that?
So, well, Wonder Man's like a character from the comics. He has like energy powers and shit.
So he's just like a generic superhero?
No, it's. Let me look up his exact power set because the last thing I saw that had him in it was the Avengers United They Stand cartoon, which is fucking awful.
Pull him up and give me one moment. I gotta check on my dog.
Okay. While Nick is checking on the dog, I'm going to see if I can reach back and actually put these back where they go. Come on. I've got long enough arms for this. I can do it. There we go. My shelf isn't perfectly organized, but there's some degree of logic to the way it's laid out. Or at least, if not logic, then at least shit tries to go in the same place every time, you know? It only has to make sense to me, after all. Like this bookshelf, some of my organizational system on this bookshelf is weird to other people, but it only has to make sense to me, so, you know, works just fine, I guess. Plus, it's within arm's reach, so I can flex on you hoes with my comics knowledge. How'd everyone make it through the storm? We have to replace the furnace, and I'm currently staying warm by standing next to the open, turned-on oven. You're an adult, so you can handle doing that, but don't, and you don't have any kids, I know, Zoe, but still, be very careful. Don't let your cats near the fucking oven. You know that, of course. I don't need to tell you, but...
Shoveling. Fucking shoveling, bro.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you this. I almost never get snow where I am because it's so close to the coast.
I think you did tell me about this.
Don't try flexing comic knowledge on me, my friend. True, that is true. So I actually had to shovel, but there was so much of it, we didn't do all of it. We did, like, the driveway.
Wait, hold on, did I miss something? Did you get flexed on?
No, I said I have all my comics within arm's reach so I can stunt on you hoes.
Hold on a second. Let me just pull out the entire 7 C's. What are you talking about? Go to bed.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes it's faster to just grab it off the shelf.
Impasse.
So anyway, so I was shoveling my deck because there were like with the drift, in some spots it was like 2-3 feet high, and that's too tall for my dog. So I like carved her a little path and to get down into the yard and take a whiz, whatever she's.
If only Suki was a bender, right?
If only what?
If only Suki was a bender, right? The amount of problems that would be solved.
True. But and she loves trekking through the snow, by the way, but we just wanted to leave her. The problem was when the snow's on the deck, she doesn't understand the deck isn't the yard and will try to pee on the deck. Which isn't like a huge deal, but it's still
that makes sense. No, like, that makes conceptual sense. Like, at least like I can see where she's coming from. She has logic. So
I carved her a path, and then while I was out there, I was like, I'm gonna do some snow angels because I haven't done them in years. So I lay in the snow, and it's like really lopsided snow because of the drifting. So I'm not really lying so much as I'm like leaning really far back. And I do the snow angels, and I go to get up, but when I shift all my body weight onto my ass, that's too much weight concentrated into a small area, so the snow starts collapsing. So the way I got out was dragging my ass through the snow like a fucking dog.
Really equalized the playing field for a second.
I really did. She hops into piles of snow like a fox. You have no idea. She literally goes badoing, 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 like through the snow.
Speaking of foxes, dope at Gretsuko PFP. Just shout out. We love at Gretsuko here. Larry, you there?
Oh yeah, yeah, there it is. Even though it's nope. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we are. So anyway, this Wonder Man. So this is Wonder Man. This is what he looks like in the comics.
What are the dots?
He has what is it called?
Ionic.
They're like, was he a Jack Kirby? Yeah, Jack Kirby. That's it. Yeah, I knew it. The Kirby dots.
Thank you. Okay, because I was like, are they meant to imitate him or are they actually Kirby? Okay, thank you.
Well, I mean, that particular one, of course, wasn't drawn by Kirby, but the original was.
Well, yeah. Like the idea is it was made with this in mind.
Yeah. So he has statements with ionic energy, so superhuman strength, speed, stamina, durability, agility, reflexes. Oh yeah, he's got tech that lets him fly too.
I'm more interested in the second paragraph where he doesn't have to breathe or eat or drink.
Oh yeah, he can turn into pure ionic energy.
I'm just saying that'll give Soups a run for his money. That nigga need to breathe at some point.
Yeah, well, Wonder Man is like part of why he's actually not really a villain so much as he is susceptible to manipulation.
Isn't Superman also?
Well, yeah, but like
we're just giving him a special pass.
Yeah, so like he was initially a super villain, but like eventually kind of becomes a hero. Like he's one of those.
I think DC does a really good job of making my villains likable.
That's true. Yeah. So anyway, this new Wonder Man show. Now, everything I'm going to say is only from the first episode because despite the fact that they released it all at once, I've only gotten around to watching the first. But the first episode is fucking awesome because it's not superhero bullshit.
Okay, I'm a pause you here.
Okay.
We've heard this story before.
Yeah.
Not superhero bullshit is the reason we went into what I'm going to call the new age of superheroes so optimistic. And for those of you who haven't listened to me rant all the time like Larry has, when I say that, I'm talking about two things mainly. Invincible and The Boys. The understanding that a superhero is a superhero.
Yeah, well, I don't mean like that. What I mean is the first episode has no superhero shit. It's a character drama.
I don't understand how like powers don't involve yourself in your day-to-day.
There's no superpowers, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no,
he
like,
does not.
I'd use my powers if I was just like day-to-day doing shit.
Well, this is because it's only the first episode. He doesn't know he has powers. There's no. When I say superhero shit, there's nothing from Marvel really in this first episode, except for Trevor Slattery. Do you remember him?
Not a fan.
Do you remember the fake version of the Mandarin from Iron Man 3 played by Ben Kingsley?
Yes, I do.
So that the fake Mandarin turned out to be a British actor named Trevor Slattery that Killian hired to play the role of the Mandarin.
Shout out Ben Kingsley. Only time I've even half not hated Gandhi.
True, yeah.
Just sorry.
So Trevor Slattery has been a recurring character a few times since then in other Marvel stuff.
Okay.
So they did back in the day. Now they just do these on Disney Plus, but back when Blu-rays were still a big thing. What?
I just love how much it's like back in my day, and we are not 30 years old, people.
Well, I mean, 10 years ago, when Blu-ray sales were still a big deal when it came to movies, Marvel used to do these things called one-shots that were like little 5 to 10 minute short films that were included on the Blu-ray that tell like a little side story related to the characters.
Yeah.
So sometimes they clear up a plot hole, or like, oh, what was Coulson up to during the events of the Incredible Hulk? Well, here,
I
this is
don't
what
want
he's
to be
up
a
to.
dick. These are just extras, right? They're movie extras.
They're little short films on the bonus
Yeah.
features section. Now they're all on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So they
That's
did
just
one
gone.
called what would you say? I missed the last thing you said.
I said that the magic's gone from that.
True, but I mean, even the old ones have been added to Disney Plus as well, which is nice.
Well, it's nice to be able to find them. I want some things. I don't want to gatekeep content, but I want people to have to try
Exactly.
a little bit, just a tiny little accessible bit.
So, they did one of them. I think the year after Iron Man 3. It was called Hail to the King, or All Hail the King, maybe.
Okay.
Let me find out.
Do not get us fucking censored by the gods, please.
No, I'm not going to play anything. I'm just trying to find out what the character, All Hail the King was the name of the short.
Oh yeah, and I hate how they can quote shit like that. Go on.
What do you mean shit like that? Like,
I'm pretty sure "All Hail the King" is a quote I've heard a couple times and used in a couple different contexts.
oh, I'm sure it's several centuries old.
Yeah, no, but it's just like it makes me upset that Disney will use the law to take every public domain thing they can ever find, but
True.
they claim that other people are taking their content, and it's like so dishonest because it's not about artistic integrity because you didn't write you fucking bitch.
So anyway, this little short All Hail the King is about Trevor Slattery after the events of Iron Man 3 in prison for the whole worked for a terrorist thing.
Sure.
And it's just a little like 5-10 minutes short, but at the end, a couple guys break into the prison and kill his guards to kidnap him from prison. And he's like, oh shit, who are you? And they say, we're representatives of the real Mandarin, and he's really fucking pissed that you stole his identity. And they finally picked that plot thread up in Shang-Chi, which I don't know if you even saw that, but
Legend of Seven Rings or whatever.
10 Rings, but yeah.
That is where I started, and then I pulled out because I was like, I don't feel like the audience is cared about anymore, and I only have so much time, my dude. And like Disney's also putting out Star Wars shit, and you guys can only get so much of my fucking time, bro.
True. So in Shang-Chi, the main antagonist of that movie is his name is Wenwu, but one of the many names he's gone by over the years is the Mandarin.
Okay.
Because he's because of the 10 Rings, he's like 1,000 years old.
Makes sense.
Like he literally he started off as like a fucking raider in like the Mongol era and shit.
Is he a Mongol?
I don't know. He's Chinese, but he was like fighting Mongolians and shit. And then he discovered the magic rings that gave him eternal life and powers and everything.
This is going to sound really dumb, but can you just hear me out for 10 seconds?
Sure.
So there is content that proves DC and Marvel have weird crossovers. Give me the war between Vandal Savage and the Mandarin.
Well, they've literally done DC Marvel crossovers, so it's only a matter of time till
I know, but give me the Mandarin versus Vandal Savage as Genghis Khan, because he is Genghis Khan.
Among many other names, yes.
Among many other, well, that's what I'm saying, is I want to see these two old-ass beings just start, like, fighting each other.
Yeah, to be clear, Shang-Chi's version of the Mandarin is pretty different from the comics, because the one in the comics is, one, a little too similar to Thanos, and is, two, frankly, kind of racist.
He's also, well, I mean, because the one in the comics is like, you pretty much take China and embody him as a person, make him old as shit, and be kind of problematic, right?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, yeah.
In fact, Shang-Chi's father in the comics is Fu Manchu. Well, no, in the comics, it's a different character. It's Fu Manchu, because at the time that they created Shang-Chi, Fu Manchu was a public domain character. Now he's not. So now in the comics, they're not
Who
really allowed
owns
to.
Fu Manchu now?
I forget. Let me find out.
Yeah, no, hold on.
So anyway,
Hold on, because I want to pull this up and also explain to the people who Fu Manchu is. Because that's a little not talked about enough. Hold on. Fu Manchu, as in the facial thing that we all talk about sometimes, he has a Fu Manchu.
yeah, it's named after that character. Also Zoe, yes, a number of kind of yellow peril Asian stereotype characters in their 90s cartoon
They're not yellow,
iterations.
they're green.
Yeah, they were made green to look less racist, and one of them was the Mandarin. I keep wanting to say the Mandalorian. the Mandarin.
Yo, have you seen that thing with the Mandarin and Baby Yoda? It's fantastic.
So yeah, I mean, this is him. I guess he's just from books or whatever.
He's one of those commonality old like evil China character is Fu Manchu.
Yeah. Yeah, so because Marvel can't reference him directly anymore because of rights issues, and they have their kind of racist issue with the Mandarin, they decided to kill two birds with one stone and make the Mandarin Shang-Chi's father.
This is does it make it okay? So to be clear, they acknowledge something is problematic and stereotypical, so they compound it by stacking it.
More like they sidestep it by completely changing it. They did.
Okay, true.
Because like I said, they don't call him the Mandarin throughout the movie. They call him his actual name, but they mention that the Mandarin is one of many aliases he uses.
I mean, I would never imagine he only goes by one name.
They also confirmed that the Ten Rings terrorist group that took Iron Man hostage all the way back in the first MCU movie is a subsidiary of the Ten Rings triad, like, criminal organization that the Mandarin runs.
Okay, but why'd they do it then? Like,
so
if we're going to open this box, then why?
So in the comics, the 10 rings are the Mandarin's weapon. Like, he has 10 different...
Yes, like, he has 10 rings that he can use to touch you.
Yeah. But when they were doing the first Iron Man movie in 2008, they couldn't get the audience on board with such a fantastical concept. They didn't feel confident in the material yet.
So you're just claiming it later in kind of a grab.
Well, kind of. So what they did with the first Iron Man movie was they changed the nature of his origin to be Afghanistan and everything.
Sure.
And they had it be an Al-Qaeda type terrorist group called the Ten Rings, with a reference to an unseen leader we haven't met, planting the seed.
100% made to just get the audiences who like bullshit action movies based in shithole countries.
Yeah, and then Iron Man, because it was made before Disney had to prop up a whole universe, actually had a good political stance and was all about how, like, it's our fault that these people are like this.
Yep.
But so anyway,
all the way back, their weapons. My dad sold their weapons. What are you talking about?
So all the way back in the first movie, they were already hinting that the Mandarin was out there and that one day Tony Stark would be going after him.
It was just so much better. I fucking love you, making me long for when it was just Iron Man. I'm also going to go on the record. Ever since Iron Man, we have not had any Marvel movies that treat these characters like adults.
Yeah, the first Iron Man was actually cinematic. Yeah, it was shot on real fucking film.
It was cinematic. Everything about it felt right. It felt right.
Among the writers who wrote it were the two guys who did Children of Men. That's the caliber of writer Marvel used to get.
Iron Man meant something. And
Stan Winston did the fucking puppetry and shit. It was like his last project before he died.
Hell, I mean, every part of that movie screamed superheroes are relevant.
Yeah.
Me and Larry happened to meet, thank God, back before Marvel had a grip on all of our cocks. And Well, we did because we were all superhero fans, and I think we all saw this happen together. And like it made it a little easier to at least know that there were other people who had like feelings on this. Because we used to fucking talk about what are impactful superheroes, what are impactful movies. Let's talk about this fucking fact. Iron Man is a good movie, is a good superhero movie, and you don't need to completely subvert all of your like expectations. There's too many problems with superhero movies that you just have to accept and kind of deal with now. It shouldn't be that complicated. A superhero should almost exist in parallel to your cops, to your soldiers, to your civilians, so they feel super.
Yeah.
Not just a guy with powers while we're doing a bunch of other stuff. There is something to be said about before it was money-oriented Marvel. Bro,
I used to watch a new MCU movie. I used to watch one MCU movie a night until I got through them all like 3 years ago, and I was depressed by the end. Yeah, true.
It stops feeling special or like it matters or like they care. And
So-
I watch fantasy to find people who care more than me. I want people who light up my life. Bro, I hate Tolkien till the ends of the fucking days, but I can acknowledge that Aragorn is so inspirational as a concept. It's awesome.
So anyway, I was talking about the Mandarin. So
Sorry.
they no, it's my fault. So they planted the seed of the Mandarin in all the way back in the first Iron Man movie. They picked it up in the third, but revealed that it was a fake out. And then with All Hail the King, they're like, there is a real Mandarin out there, and he like that you used his fucking name. So
Wait,
Shang-Chi...
hold on. I'm confused. Where's Iron Man in All Hail the King?
Well, this is just like a little... Until the end, when they break him out, it's just a little slice of life thing taking place inside the prison. So Iron Man is off doing something real.
Okay.
It's just a little 10-minute short about Trevor, the guy who played the fake Mandarin. Like, what does he get up to?
Okay, got you.
But then they kidnap him from prison at the end.
It's like,
so
consequences, my boy.
So in Shang-Chi, they finally pick that thread up when they're at the Mandarin or Wenwu's palace. They hear they're like in the dungeon or whatever, and they escape from their cell, and they hear a weird noise coming from somewhere else in the dungeon, and it's Trevor. Wenwu kidnapped Trevor with the intention of like killing him for fucking disrespecting his name.
Okay.
But he kind of took a liking to him because he's a sort of charming, amusing dude.
Makes sense.
So he just kind of has been letting him live in the biggest, nicest cell in the dungeon for like however long it's been in between those two movies.
Oh, it's just that scene in Goodfellas where like he's just... Now the key to the garlic is he cuts it up real slice. It almost melts into the sauce.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, not that specifically, but yeah, basically. So they do the big breakout and they take Trevor with them. And he kind of helps them save the day in the end. He gives them some nice speeches and shit. And so anyway, he's now finally in this.
True.
Let me go back to it in this Wonder Man show. So the first episode of this Wonder Man show is all about Simon Williams, who's an actor. He's played by Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, who, if you don't remember, is this guy.
Hold on. I just need to take a moment. How the fuck is... I've never heard his name.
Yahya Abdul-Mateen II.
Yeah, no. I mean, I know the actor. I've never seen Yahya Abdul-Mateen the second had his whole name said. I actually did not know that was his name. What?
I committed his name to memory because every time I see him, he drags his fucking nutsack across every other actor in the movie.
I know, but I've heard him called only Yaya, and I'm realizing that's kind of a dick move.
I think he kind of leans into that, but
well,
whatever.
He will lean in if they don't lean. Like, he's going to go the same way they got to go.
Anyway, he's an incredible actor, so I made a point of memorizing his name.
I'm just mad I didn't understand his name was.
So he plays Simon Williams, and he is an actor, like in Hollywood, kind of. I wouldn't say a struggling actor, because the opening is him getting booked on American Horror Story.
Which season?
Well, it's present day, so like the current one they're shooting now or whatever.
Ooh, all my homies know that shit ain't been good since Coven, but okay.
Yeah, well, it was just a show Hulu owned the rights to, so that they didn't have to pay money for the logo on the chairs, basically.
Who's the Jeffrey Dahmer dude?
Evan Peters?
Yes. He's the only guy who benefited from that show's existence.
True. Maybe Sarah Paulson as well.
Sarah Paulson just needed something to do.
So he, so at the beginning, he gets booked on the show. It's just like a guest role. Like a guest role who gets killed by the monster. But he's a real actor. Like, he has a genuine passion for it, for storytelling, to the point that he takes the role so seriously that he gets fired.
Oh, fuck.
Because he's just a guest spot. He read the script. He saw subtext in the script that even the writer didn't intend.
Who's fucking... It's Henry Cavill. It's fucking Henry Cavill.
It's Henry Cavill if he wasn't the worst superhero of all time, yes.
No, bro, not Soups. The Witcher.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying Henry Cavill, that is not his shtick. He is a nerd who plays Warhammer and fucking like obscure shit that we don't like. He got kicked from The Witcher for the reason you're saying. Subtext.
Yeah, well, so like I said, he's just a bit part. He's like the professor that the character consults with for like 2 scenes before getting ripped to shreds by the werewolf or whatever it is.
Oh, okay.
But he's like taking this shit super seriously. Like, he kind of like, he calls the director over and he's like, I have a question about the blocking. And she's like, all right. And he goes, the way I read the script, these characters are like old friends, and he's jealous that her career has advanced faster than his. So he wouldn't stand here, he'd stand closer. Or farther away, I guess. But it goes on so fucking long that they're like not getting their shooting day done because he keeps having questions that, if they let him cook, will make the performance better. But it's just too much for this guest role, basically.
Better by whose description?
Like a deeper, richer performance.
You're so right. It just sucks because we're starting to reach the point where I don't think that's what they want anymore.
Well, they certainly don't for this character, because they're like, bro, he has like 7 lines. Fucking just say the lines and leave. But he takes it like he starts. They say like, all right, so you're going through your desk, and then he's like, where's he lists off some book, and they're like, what do you mean? He goes, well, this guy's a psychologist, right? He would have a copy of that book on hand, and like, he just takes it too fucking seriously.
It sounds like Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer. Like, do you know the funny bit about that?
Yes, I do.
He learned an entire language.
I know.
He learned Dutch and can speak not only normal Dutch, but like very specifically, someone went into this and he knows like niche phrases and like cultural understandings of Dutch in the thousands.
Yeah.
Because as a weird offhand, Oppenheimer, his natural language that he changed back to when he was doing his normal scientific calculations was Dutch.
Yeah.
Which everyone always felt weird because It's not his first language. Oppenheimer literally picked a different language to be comfortable in. It's a really weird thing that people can occasionally do, but not often. Yeah. Cillian Murphy recreated it, learned the entire language, and pitched to everyone in the film. So I'm thinking I do this in the middle of scenes and stuff, and they went, no.
Yeah.
No.
So Simon Williams is bringing that level of care to a guest role on American Horror Story.
That's exactly. Thank you for catching what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
What Oppenheimer is, what people hype it up as, a dude brought this to just be a guest one day.
Yeah, so he gets kicked and he goes home because he gets home early. His fucking girlfriend is leaving him, and she was trying to move out while he was at work.
Cheers.
By the way, his girlfriend was played by Olivia Thirlby, who's a pretty well-known actress in her own right, which means that she's almost certainly going to be back. The lady from Juno and Judge Dredd and Why the Last Man, that actress, I know you've seen her in something.
True, I just think it's funny when you're like the lady from Juno, and I'm like, Juno has no ladies in it.
The one who's still a lady.
No, God damn it, wait, let me make my bit. I thought it was funny.
It was. So anyway, so his life's all fucked up, and he goes to a screening of Midnight Cowboy, which, by the way, I never thought I'd see a Marvel movie licensed footage from an X-rated film.
I'm surprised you even brought this up, because I was about to ask, are we talking about the movie I think we're talking about?
Yeah, I joked that they combed the whole movie to find 3 clips that were appropriate to show in a Marvel project.
Okay, I'm going to say this, and this might be a bad faith thing, but I don't think it. I knew Marvel was just down bad horny when I started getting Kat Dennings playing regular roles. Kat, I love you, but you know that we're here for your tits. I'm sorry, I love you, I respect you. No, I watch Nick and Nora, I love you, but bro, you know why they played you.
So when he's at the screening of Midnight Cowboy, he runs into Trevor Slattery, who he's just kind of an eccentric old dude, but he also has a passion for acting, and so he gives Simon some good advice about don't worry about all that preparation, just play it true, basically, just be real and you'll get the role.
Makes sense.
And so he's thinking on that. And then he finds out that the movie Wonder Man is being remade. I guess in the context of this, Wonder Man was like an 80s era superhero movie.
Let's just start at a point that I don't think is understood. Why the fuck is he Wonder Man?
Okay. Why is he called that?
Yeah, that's a weird name.
I don't know.
So
anyway,
we're in a world where the powers and the movie exist.
Well, we don't know about the powers yet because this is only the first episode. I'm only going by what
you as the God audience type shit.
Yeah. So what it is from the pilot is that in fact, the opening scene is a flashback to him as a child watching that movie in theaters with his father.
Is the representation of his powers how they did the Watchmen thing, where it's not accurate, or is it accurate?
We don't really know yet. We haven't seen any real superpowers yet in this show.
I just get so hesitant anytime I see the corporate superhero represented and the superhero, and I don't know how that doesn't turn into The Boys with Starlight.
No, it's not like that. It's basically the only 2 clues to this that it takes place in Marvel are Trevor being there and the fact that when he walks outside at the film lot studio, there's a big billboard for Rogers the Musical. Which that was a thing in other past Marvel things. In fact, we got to see one of the musical numbers from it in the Hawkeye show. By the way, it's really bad on purpose.
Shout out Rogers and Hammerstein. We love Broadway here.
So anyway, so yeah, at some in like the 80s or 90s, there was a superhero movie called Wonder Man.
Oh god.
It was like a sci-fi thing too. Like they do the classic old cheap sci-fi thing where they find like a patch of rocks in the
Oh,
desert that looks vaguely alien, and they go out and shoot there and all that.
wait, I'm misunderstanding. The movie isn't about the superhero.
Not yet, at least.
Okay, it's just a happens to be thing.
Kinda, yeah. So anyway, the Wonder Man is being remade by a director. He's played by the evil foreign president guy from Superman,
Ooh, yes.
the guy that Hawkgirl drops to his death. He looks, by the way, it's not the Give Me Rent guy from Spider-Man 2, but it looks quite a bit like him. With different hair, of course. But so it's that guy, and in universe, he's like an art film director. He's like Werner Herzog or whatever. So we see a TV interview with him where they're like, "Why are you of all people doing a remake of an '80s era superhero movie?" And he explains like, "Well, superheroes are part of our daily life now, so it makes."
No, he has to do. Hold on. And as we look at our daily,
he doesn't talk like Werner Herzog.
But no, that's the best part.
No, what I mean is like in terms of the artsy independent movies he makes.
Oh man, I was more hooked on it's a black president, Huey Freeman, but for superheroes.
Yeah. So because back when Wonder Man was made, superheroes didn't exist. Now they do. So he's like, now is the best time to do a movie exploring a superhero. I've done a million movies exploring aspects of life.
Are they licensed or non-licensed?
Well, Wonder Man is just a movie, so presumably.
Well, what I'm saying is, are we putting that bullshit angle where they're all vigilantes, or are we accepting that they're power structures, so they're more just heroes doing things?
More like heroes doing things, I guess.
Okay. Like, I just get annoyed when it's constantly like, well, do they have the right to? And I'm like, well, could we do that for 10 seconds? Just let them do their job.
What helps in Marvel is that the superheroes don't tend to show up until it's a world-ending disaster, by which point arguing whether or not they belong here jurisdictionally is irrelevant.
Daredevil.
Well, other than Daredevil and Spider-Man. Other than those
Daredevil beating the shit out of your ass for trying to rob an old lady. Like, beating the brakes off of you.
Yeah, but, like, he's more of a local thing, because this is out in California. No one's talking about fucking Daredevil out here.
By the way, I'm just going to say again, there is one MCU moment that I like.
Which one?
When Chris Evans asked what borough Spider-Man is from.
Oh, yeah.
It's the only moment that's ever meant anything to me in this world where I'm just like, yeah, bro. Like, everyone from NY should just beat the shit out of everyone else together.
So he hears that Wonder Man's being remade, and I don't know the relation with this woman, but given the way he talked to her, I'm guessing that she's either his sister or like a cousin or a lifelong friend. Because she's like a low-ranking executive or whatever, and he just fucking walks into her boardroom during a meeting with the board of directors and demands her attention and gets it.
What did the other people do?
It cuts, but presumably she cuts the meeting short to talk to Simon. So,
okay, so she like says everyone fuck off type shit.
Yeah, so given they talked with a familiarity that implied to me that they're like siblings or something.
Makes sense.
Because, like, they talk like they've known each other forever.
Oh yeah,
and they're like,
I get that,
and they're roughly the same age. So I'm assuming that like, oh, that's his 2 years older sister or whatever.
Sure.
So he's like, you know me, you know how obsessed with Wonder Man I am. I was born for this role. You have to get me an audition. And she's like, look, Simon, I want to. I will do my best, but the auditions are closed. Today's the last day. I don't know if I can make it happen. I'll do my best, but I don't know if I can.
I'm not going to lie. It sounds like she didn't do her best when the auditions were open.
Well, I don't think she knew he'd give a shit. Like, that's what...
so his whole point about you know me isn't really valid.
Well, like her attitude when he brings it up was like the look on her face was like, "You're still talking about that?"
Oh, okay. Okay, true.
Like she probably thought he'd outgrown his obsession with that movie.
Hey, Larry.
Yes.
If you ever can, put me in the Fallout show. Should not be explained, but apparently people need to say this shit out loud for audiences to understand. That's silly.
Anyway, she's like, "Look, I'll do my fucking best. I'm sorry, I have to run." And so what he does, because they're in her office when they have this conversation, she leaves. He goes through her little Rolodex to find the number of the place he needs to call, and then impersonates her on the way there. And he does the most stunning. I would have, if he weren't also black, I would have to call it a black scent, because he cranks the feminine black woman energy in his voice up past 11.
So I'm gonna say something that I don't think you can say, but let's be honest here.
Okay.
What you're saying is he Tyler Perry'd.
Not as offensive as Tyler Perry, because he doesn't do a stereotype. He just
don't forget Tyler Perry does his other ones too.
Yeah, he pitches his voice up and starts talking like a woman.
He's Tyler Perry.
Yeah, and I guess over the phone connection sounds enough like Janelle that the lady on the other end thinks it's Janelle.
Hey, it's Janelle. I grew up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he just plays up like, girl, I am so sorry. I've been so busy. I forgot to send you over one of my actors for the Wonder Man auditions today. And they're like, well, yeah, we could sneak him in if he's one of yours. Oh, thank you.
Well, of course, girl. I got you right now. Just take him on in right now. Here's his information. Yeah.
The cinematography is fucking amazing in this scene, because the whole scene is the same angle, like camera mounted on the hood of the car, aimed at him in the driver's seat.
Okay.
And it goes on for like 5 minutes uninterrupted as he weaves through traffic, talks on the phone in his fake lady voice.
I like
all one fucking shot.
That. Don't give me what I'm reacting to, just give me the reaction itself.
It's so good.
That's good. That's good. I like that.
So he shows up at the audition, and there's like 100 other guys there, and he's like, "Oh Christ, of course." And one of the other guys there is Trevor.
Race, so I have to ask.
Yeah.
Do they all look like him?
No, they're all different ethnicities.
I'm gonna assume we're looking like wide-jawed, good chocolate man for our primary character. Am I kind of pitched up? Kind of like Yaya.
Well, he's just one of many. There's white guys there. There's Latino guys there. Like, it clearly they didn't have a race in the casting call.
Oh, okay. So there isn't a goal here.
Yeah, and presumably they're auditioning other characters too, because Trevor also auditions there, and he's way too old to be the lead in this movie.
Okay.
But anyway, he runs into his new friend again, and like he reminds him of the advice of like, just be yourself, don't worry about the fucking prep. Because he's sitting, the way he acts is he does obsessive Daniel Day-Lewis research and prep. And he's sitting there like, how the fuck do I give a new version of this character? I've seen the original movie 200 times. I can't divorce that from what I'm reading on this page.
Daniel Day-Lewis was the first one, right?
Not literally the first, but he is the most extreme.
What I'm asking is, he's not obsessed with Daniel Day-Lewis. He's obsessed with the character who was last played by Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah, and he's not played by Daniel Day-Lewis. He's just played by some guy. Well, when I said Daniel Day-Lewis, I meant in terms of like his obsession with getting everything exactly right.
He's taxi driving. He's doing
basically
where people don't understand that Robert De Niro is not great by recreating Taxi Driver, bro. He's great by understanding, catching the character. So like you can't just stare to do like you talking to me. He's got to say something.
By the way, there's also a funny little MCU nod because Trevor leaves his audition, and he was clearly very charming because they're all giggling at all the jokes he makes. And so he leaves, and it cuts to like the casting people sitting there taking notes, and they're like, that guy was nice. He looks familiar. Do I know him from somewhere? And the other one goes, I'm pretty sure he used to be a terrorist because Iron Man 3.
Did you just say I'm pretty sure he used to be a terrorist?
Well, that's what one of the characters says about Trevor
That's
Slattery.
a line that's said without someone flipping out towards that other person.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Well, he was the Mandarin. People in this world will recognize him.
Well, I know, but the idea of casually calling someone a terrorist and then moving on with my day is just so.
You got to remember, this is a universe where half of the population of Earth disappeared and then reappeared 5 years later. Shit is fucking crazy.
Yeah, but you also got to remember this is the population where. Okay, Larry, you would know way better than me. How many? What's the percentage of humans that are X-Men style mutants?
Well, one, the mutants haven't really been introduced to the MCU yet. They've just
know what I'm asking. Don't avoid the question. Come on.
A very small of mutants specifically, a very small percentage.
Okay, so like it's not like a 20% thing. Like it's like tiny.
No,
tiny.
No, it's tiny, and most mutants are like nuisance level, meaning like the limit of his power is that if he concentrates really hard, he can make a spoon bend.
My Hero Academia fans will know that they tried to suck off the X-Men thing in the same way, because the first mutant, it was just a baby that glowed in the dark, and I like that. I like that. Stupid powers. But okay, like, is that small? I thought it was bigger.
No, I mean, there's a reason they're a persecuted minority.
Oh, I mean, black people totally aren't a persecuted no.
Black people aren't a very big percent of the U.S. population either, so.
I mean, you're not wrong, but like, I guess I always assumed with the added power, they would be proficient and.
Well, again, this is a pre-X-Men MCU as well, so everything is different.
Is this all pre-X-Men?
Well, I don't know how they'll integrate X-Men in terms of the timeline, but they have not yet done anything significant with mutants as a concept, except for hint at their existence.
See, you're 100% right, and I guess I'm just sad when I come to the acceptance that Magneto ain't Magneto unless, you know, the Holocaust happens.
Like, they will definitely come up with some sort of explanation for why he is still physically young.
I get it, but I'm just kind of sad when I realize you're right.
So
the world's growing, and Magneto ain't gonna be what we all want him to be.
I don't know. So anyway, so he's like freaking out, and Trevor does the whole just tell it true. And so he goes in. We don't ever actually see what the lines he's supposed to say on the paper are, so I'm assuming the speech he gives is supposed to give. But maybe it isn't, knowing what his lines. We don't see the paper that he's reading from, so no, he could just be fucking tossing the script out and doing his own thing in the audition for all we know.
But we know there's a paper.
Yeah. Okay. So what he does is that he goes in and he gives the speech Wonder Man gave in the original movie, which may be what they gave him to audition for. It may not be, because we don't ever see what he's reading.
Okay, no, true.
But he's seen the movie so many times that he memorized the script, or they memorized that speech. So he actually, when he gets in, he sits down, he's a little uncomfortable, and he kind of looks around, and they say, like, is everything all right? He goes, yeah, it's fine. He's looking for a table to put the script down on to show that he doesn't need it. So he puts it down, and he just gives the speech. And he does it with 1,000% authenticity. Like, and I don't just mean the character Simon Williams, I mean the actor Yahya Abdul-Mateen II pours every fucking ounce of his creative energy into this scene.
How's his body language? Let's talk about it.
He's just sitting, but he's sitting very like relaxed and casually, and like he's trying to reason with somebody. He says it very differently from how it was said in the 80s version.
That's what I was curious about. So he's reinterpreting.
Yeah, because the '80s one is like a schlocky '80s movie, so like overacting, big dramatic, like speech while fighting the guys.
It's lovely when characters can really take classic ideas.
It's like, because I don't remember the whole speech, but like there's something in there. The character's explaining why his presumably sidekick or best friend or whatever means so much to him. And in the original one, he says, I lost everything that made me a person. Wow. Until Barnaby dragged me back out. Wow. But then when Simon does it, he says, I lost everything that could have made me a person until Barnaby dragged me back out. Like he just completely reinterprets the scene. And based on how they're reacting, they clearly feel the same way of like, oh shit, we have a real fucking actor on our hands.
First of all, that sounds glorious. Second of all, to launch back to our very beginning of our stream, this is how I think Caleb Meir represents James T. Kirk. I think we might have a new Kirk.
Is that the guy who plays in the new one?
It's not Kirk. He's the cadet at Starfleet Academy who's our protagonist.
Okay.
And
so he's a spiritual successor to Kirk.
I actually think he's a spiritual successor to Kirk. I think that we haven't touched this idea for a long time. I think we've always tried to go different, but I feel like I'm watching a new Kirk, and I think we love this.
Oh, I definitely think I will. So the only hints of broader superhero shit in this episode were that in the scene where he's trying not to freak out, his eyes very briefly start getting hints of color in them.
Hell yeah.
Like blue and red, kind of like the colors Wonder Man wears, or like the colors of his energy.
Yeah, yeah.
And then at the end, I forget which incidental character it is, but one of them, when he's leaving work, I think he's one of the casting guys, he pulls out his phone and he just starts saying, it's all going as expected. He showed up, he did the audition, and then they're saying, like, you have to keep track of Williams. He doesn't recognize how dangerous he is.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so I don't know where it's going to go from there. It's entirely possible, because all 7 are out, or however many episodes are out already. So it's entirely possible the whole thing shits the bed at the end.
Hold on.
Given...
This is Marvel, right?
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay.
Why?
Well, I was just checking, because this ain't the gun. This could miss.
Yeah, like I said, it could shit the bed at the end, but its Letterboxd score is surprisingly high, and the reviews are surprisingly good. So I think it doesn't shit the bed.
Okay, because I just don't want to watch most of this series, get to like the 3/4 mark, and be pissed off. I just really don't want that.
So Marvel has a thing they do now because they recognized how irritating the shared universe shit is. They have a thing they do now called Marvel Spotlight, which are basically Marvel Spotlight means it doesn't really connect to the broader universe, so you don't really have to know much going in, and you don't really have to watch it to understand the next movie type of thing.
So I'm going to be real. It's Uatu the Watcher is giving you a fucking hand on the shoulder.
No, but only because it's still the same universe, and there's still
that's why it's Uatu the Watcher giving you a hand on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Just telling you what's good.
Yeah, and so far the Marvel Spotlight stuff they've done has been good. Like pretty consistently.
Okay.
Like here, let me look at the whole list of Marvel Spotlight shit.
Please do.
If I can find it.
Give me 1 second.
Here it is. Okay. Under Marvel Spotlight. Give me a fucking list of Marvel Spotlight shit. Marvel Spotlight shows. Thank you, MCU Wiki. Okay, so far the only shows that have carried the Marvel Spotlight label were Echo and Wonder Man. I thought Daredevil Born Again did as well, but I guess not. Are you there?
Sorry
Oh, there you are. Oh, it's fine. So I thought that Daredevil Born Again was also Marvel Spotlight. It isn't. So the only ones called Spotlight so far have been Echo and Wonder Man, but Echo was pretty fucking solid.
What defines something as Spotlight then?
That it's just a label to say like this is a side story taking place in like a small corner of the universe that you can watch or skip at your own discretion.
Isn't that most of their shit?
Well, no, because most of their shit, whether it fits the story or not, has some way in which it connects to the broader storyline.
Oh, so you're saying Spotlight means for everything you want it to be, it's canon. But for everything that you need to know, it's not.
Basically, it means it's canon. It means it's canon, but we're not going to drag the characters from it into the next Avengers movie.
I'm going to be very direct about this. What I'm hearing is my audience is either incapable or too lazy to consume all my media. So you can consume half and watch this. You cannot read 2 books and then read the 4th.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, fuck you. No, that's
yeah, I know. No. So anyway, the 2 things they've done under that banner so far have both been good. So,
but, okay, well, good or good enough?
Echo, that's the only one I've seen entirely. Echo was pretty fucking solid, especially in the first like 3. There were 5 episodes. The first 3 were excellent, and the remaining 2 were pretty good.
I'm down if it's good. I'm just not down if it's not. If it's just good enough.
Yeah, no, it was like Echo was actually fucking cool. Like they had a few fight scenes in it that were legitimately excellent. They had a great actress as the lead. They did a lot of cool shit about Native American culture because of where and when it takes place.
What kind of Native American culture? Like, are we talking Cree?
The main character was Choctaw specifically.
Oh, God.
But there might have, and like most of her family members are therefore obviously Choctaw, but there might have been other tribes in there too.
Well, it's still northern tribes, not necessarily down west tribes.
Yeah. It's mostly Choctaw stuff.
It's cool to at least have some understanding, because here's your thing. If you're talking Apache and you're talking Cherokee, you might as well be talking the French and the Germans. Those are not the same people.
Yeah, in fact, in the comics, the character Echo, I think, is Cherokee, but then the actress they cast for her was Choctaw, so they changed her backstory to match the actress.
Be Choctaw, okay, word. Well,
yeah,
those are tribes that had agreeable understanding, so it's not like a shift of identity.
And also, plus, when you're talking about the character of Echo, you're talking about a deaf Native American woman who can do martial arts and has the acting skill required to carry a whole show. When you get that kind of unicorn all in the same person, you will change the tribes to make it fit.
You know, I have always found a hard time with Echo because I don't know how to reconcile with personally feeling like the character's response to the Imitation Games.
Maybe. I don't know. I would need to read more of her shit to know for sure.
Well, no, like, I more just mean how, like, Alan Turing got a giant team of people to break codes with him, but none of them could do as well as the Cherokee and Choctaw code breakers.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's often part of the character, but it's not said. It's just kind of like a quiet part.
Kinda. I don't know. It's like I know you never watched it, but the Black Lightning show.
I watched the beginning.
Okay, so you remember Tobias, right?
Yes.
So think about the perfect storm of events that had to take place to find Marvin Crondon Jones. They needed not only an albino actor, not only a black albino actor, they needed a black albino actor who was really big and physically imposing, and had the acting skill to be the main antagonist.
I want to be really real with you. I love him. His work is great. But there's something about it that okay. You've seen New Tombstone, right?
Yeah. He's playing the new Tombstone, in fact.
I want but no, new animated Tombstone.
Oh yeah, that's like basically the little teaser you're getting before he shows up in live action in the next Spider-Man movie.
Yes, no, but like you understand how like the animated one feels almost. How do I put this? It's not as much of a physical brawler, beat you down character as it's a gang leader character.
Yeah, though it is implied that he is going to physically transform at the end of the first season.
No, I know. It's just the one that we got. He was so physically imposing. I don't think we ever really developed his mental fear. And I kind of wanted him to be a little more scarier up here and not just if I could put him in a fucking gate, I'm fine.
Wait, do you mean
kind of how it feels?
Do you mean Tobias or Tombstone?
I mean, Tobias should have given me more of modern Tombstone.
Okay, yeah, if you watch more of the show, you get to see more of his like scheming Machiavellian side.
Okay, because I didn't get any scheming. I got big nigga gonna beat me down, and he's albino, and I'm like, that's
no. Black Lightning is by no means a perfect show, but one thing they did get perfect is how they portray Tobias Whale, because he actually doesn't get his hands dirty very often.
Oh, word! I'll rewatch the show then. I thought it was more. He felt like a brawler who then was albino, and I was kind of mad because
in his case, he's more of a brilliant crime boss who happens to also be capable of killing you with his bare hands.
So he's Kingpin, as Kingpin should be Kingpin.
More so because he's done like genetic experiments on himself and shit, so he actually does have like moderately enhanced super strength.
What was Kingpin's original strength?
Kingpin doesn't actually have super strength. He just has insane training.
I don't like that because I thought he could crush it with his hands simply, where just being like, boom.
Oh, yeah, he can, but the explanation for that is just that he trained really hard, even when they show him doing shit that a human being can't do. But
that's dumb.
Okay, fine, whatever.
That's dumb.
That's Marvel. You got to get on board with it.
Well, no, I don't. That's why I'm a DC fan. That's dumb.
But yeah, Tobias, at least as depicted in the show, is explicitly stated to have like about 3 times a normal person's strength.
Yeah, I know. Like I'm so on board for him being strong. I just wanted to either be casual and like you're okay, listen. I'm gonna assume everyone here took junior year English class. Either be Lenny from Of Mice of Men, or be I don't have a comparison that I like.
I don't know.
Either be the grip that crushes completely, or be the person who can see how to squeeze your fingers through. But I hate that this is the case, but this is the case. Our audience is dumb.
Yep.
We cannot undersell this point. They're not reading. They don't know. They're dumb. So to make our emotional points, we have to kind of punch it.
Yeah, the thing with regarding Tobias and his physicality in that show, basically, if he is personally getting his hands dirty, it means one of 2 things.
Blood.
No, it means either he is sending a message, or it's like personal in some capacity, or he has lost control of the situation.
The situation or himself?
usually the situation. It's pretty rare, though, because the personal animosity between the characters.
He will rarely lose control of himself, right?
Yeah, he does in one or two cases just completely fucking snap and go into berserker mode, but that's when he's fighting Black Lightning. Yeah, but that's when he's fighting Black Lightning, with whom he has a decades-long personal animosity.
I mean, listen, something I enjoy the idea for 10 seconds, where so many of the fights in Black Lightning are ideological.
Yeah.
I'm going to be direct. When they made an albino person the villain of Black Lightning, I think that's when I emotionally clocked out.
Yeah, I guess.
Just because, like, I don't know. Can I not get, like, give me, like, it doesn't have to be a Lex Luthor. Just give me a normal-ass dickhead that I can be like, well, you're a dickhead. I'm a decent person. I care about my community.
They did have plenty of other villains besides Tobias, to be clear.
Yeah, I know, but the fact that you have Tobias means you're kind of insisting on black violence. I'm not a big fan.
In fact, the main antagonist... Yeah. The main antagonist of... Well, there are recurring antagonists throughout, and for Season 3, they're the main one, is a group called the ASA, which is literally just a branch of the U.S. government.
ASA?
Yeah, they needed a different one than the NSA or whatever, so they came up with their own version, but...
The American Surveillance Agency, I get you. Okay.
They never explicitly said that's what it stands for, but that's my assumption.
It sounds like the implied, like...
Yeah, well, they, like Tobias is in Season 3, but he's not the fucking main villain. The main villain is the agent running the ASA office.
By the way,
is played by Bill Duke from Predator.
There's an anime going on right now you might be interested in.
What's that?
It's called The Darwin Incident.
Okay.
It's about what we're going to call a human Z. To be clear,
I see it.
It's good yet. I'm saying that it's interesting.
Yeah, Human Z, a half human, half chimpanzee hybrid.
Yep. And the idea is, it's fun looking at, like, how does a thing deserve rights, but something I think you'd enjoy with this knowledge beforehand. I personally love culture shocks of shows. And this is an example of a Japanese show making a show about the United States of America. So, like, there's this random scene I just watched earlier where inside the police station, a girl starts running just throughout the lobby or whatever.
Yeah.
And a cop grabs her by the hair and starts twisting, and I'm like, you're too Japanese if you think that you could ever do that without getting fucking punched in the face.
True.
Like, no, like, we just don't, like, we have different reactions to social understanding. And I think it's really fun anytime I see, like, an anime that really thinks it knows, well, this is America. And, like, some parts are so spot on, and they're so right. But sometimes it's just like, oh, no, that wouldn't have worked. Like, you would have gotten shot. I'm sorry, but someone would have shot you right now because you're talking about getting shot material.
So if you want a cool fucking black villain from Black Lightning, get to Season 3 and meet Gravedigger.
Oh, we get Gravedigger?
Yeah.
Boy, let's go.
So, like, you know about him, like what he's like in the show? Because I don't know how close it is to the comics.
I don't know what he's like in the show. I just know in the comics he's stone cold.
So in the show, I don't know how accurate this is. First of all, he's played by Wayne Brady, who gives an amazing performance.
That weirdly makes a lot of sense to me. I'm not going to say more, but that makes a lot of sense, actually.
So Gravedigger, I forget what his real name was because most people just address him by his title in this era. But he was a black
Does William Brady got to smack a bitch?
He does actually in the show.
Please tell me that you've also seen Does Wayne Brady have to smack a bitch?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I just gotta check.
So he was a GI in World War II.
Okay.
Who got caught like fighting or whatever. Someone was being racist to him, so he got in a fight with them, and of course he got blamed because he's the black guy.
So he's not an officer, to be clear.
No, he's like a GI. Presumably was drafted, considering he doesn't seem happy to be there.
Does GI always mean not officer? By the way,
GI just stands for General Infantry. So,
can an officer be General Infantry though?
I think you can rise to officer from there, but I'm not sure exactly. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so he gets in a fight with some white guys because they're being racist to him, but because he's black and they're white, he gets blamed for it. So they tell him you can either be court-martialed or you can volunteer for this experiment. And so he's like, all right, let's do this fucking experiment. And it's basically like the Captain America super soldier thing. Most of the other test subjects die. He doesn't. He gets superpowers. He gets like enhanced, like Captain America type powers. But he can also like temporarily mind control people.
How close do they gotta be?
I forget if he has to touch them or if they can just have to be in the same room. It is short range.
How far? How much do we consider mind control? Mind control.
Like he can just plant. He's like Kilgrave from Jessica Jones. He can just tell you to do something and you do it.
So he inceptions you.
Basically.
Okay.
So he becomes this like they call him Gravedigger because he's this badass fucking killer.
Sure.
Like they show a montage of him taking down an entire Nazi fortress single-handedly, like this cool oneer of him fighting his way through the fortress, killing all these fucking Nazis with a shovel and shit.
With a shovel?
Yeah, that's part of why they called him Gravedigger. Not just because of the number of bodies, but because he digs graves for his enemies as a message to their friends.
Does he like to do that? Is that just his shtick?
It's just a thing that he did back then. It's unclear if he still does it, though he probably would like to if given the chance.
But we don't know why he did it in the first place.
Well, he did it to send a message to the other Nazis. Like, yep,
that's
how many of your fucking buddies I killed here last night.
He's a scary dude. And like he wanted to tell the Nazis to go suck his dick. Okay, word.
Yeah. But unlike Captain America, when the war was over, he didn't go back because he thought, why the fuck would I go back to a country that hates me?
He's black, though.
Yeah.
I wish they went more Watchmen with this.
It is a CW show. You got to have...
I know. I'm just saying one real small subtlety that I liked about the Watchmen show was that they pointed out something that it's not talked about a lot out loud, which is black GIs went and liberated France, were presented cheese, wine, parades, and claps, hugs, love, and
and then they went home and got treated like dog shit.
And then they went home and got called niggers.
Yeah. So he decided to never go home. And in fact, his hatred for the U.S. was so strong that he
say it out loud, bro. Say the shit out. It's so fucking fair if you say it out loud.
So he defected to Kaznia, which is like the Soviet Union type stand-in.
Oh God, yeah.
And he's been working with them and he's been working with them on their metahuman program ever since because he ages very, very slowly. So even though it's been like 80 years, he looks basically the same age.
Why did you do this? I had things to
do. What? Yeah, and there's some social commentary in there too. Like, there's a scene where he literally says Barack Obama was bought and paid for by rich liberals and multinational corporations.
Listen, Huey Freeman said it best. Nothing's gonna change.
Yeah. He shits on Martin Luther King even. Like, that's how much he fucking cynical
Hold on. How did you not lead with this when you know me? I will scream every day from the rafters that Martin Luther King is not my civil rights leader.
Well, I'm not going to lead with the part that will appeal to you most. I'm going to fucking build you up to it.
Wait, no, but he's a black liberary in the actual sense who suffered the consequences and has acknowledged what is socially relevant.
Yeah, well, in his case, it comes across more like he just fucking hates the U.S. and will adopt any position that is contrary to theirs. Because it's clear that he doesn't actually have any real like loyalty to Kazmia.
True.
They're useful to him.
Well, do we have proof he's not loyal to the black cause? Just because the U.S. has been specifically antagonistic to it. So if he's mad at that, we can validate that as long as he's loyal to one thing.
He doesn't. It's more just he's so fucking cynical. Like that's the thing is that I get the sense
the MLK thing is a specific dig. You know this. This is a specific kind of dig.
Well, what happens is he's arguing with one of the other black characters who is trying to be more optimistic, and she says,
he argued with it. Yeah, okay.
And she says, like, I'm not pretending things are good over there, but you haven't been there in 80 years. You should know progress has been made. And he's like, oh, you mean Obama and MLK? Well, here's the thing about them.
Fun fact. No, I'll go and tell a story on fucking live on this one. Do you know what Martin Luther King Jr. Day means to me, Larry?
It means you get the day off from work?
No.
I don't know. What?
So I used to go to a very privileged school.
Oh, yeah, the Fancy Pants Middle School.
Yes, I did. There's something that lives in my mind of what Martin Luther King Jr. Day means to me. So I was dragged along with the rest of the entire school into our library. And if you're thinking you can do that, yeah, with room to spare. That's how small the school was. So
yeah, wasn't it only like 100 kids or something?
Something like that. So
okay.
We all pile into the room, and they drag in the parent of a random child who, as they like to say broadly, marched with Martin Luther King.
By the way, the black agent who's the villain in Black Lightning claims to have done so as well.
It's a thing. No, it is. Yeah. No, like I recognized this when I was like 12 years old. I'm like, if you claim you marched with Martin Luther King, I don't trust you. Because why do you think you need to tell me that? That's a weird thing to try to tell me because I've seen the video of how many people there were. You're kind of weird. But
yeah.
The guy looked like, ironically, if you've ever seen the South Park episode about the white guy who claims he's Cherokee, he looked exactly like that.
Yeah.
Like he was like Irish, about 350, broad set.
Yeah.
My boy just did not represent inherently the problem. But so I hear this. I hear him talk about what it's like marching. Fun fact, it's just the kumbaya, my lord, ass bullshit. Like,
yeah,
everything was cool. Martin had us hold hands. Someone prayed. We walked. It was cool. Now the story gets interesting because after he told this story, they then played a video for all of us children.
Okay.
It's a song. It's actually a music video by the Black Eyed Peas called "Where Is the Love," where they
loving it so far.
Where they just plaster and graffiti random stickers about how racism is over all over LA, and like that's the whole video.
Yeah. Okay.
And like the whole point is everything's good now, and now after this. Weirdly, as it be, this part isn't weird. I'm the darkest and most. I'm the blackest person at the school, despite my light skin type shit.
Yeah, so, I assumed.
So we go into a class and we have a prompt to students gotta write on prompts as it be. And the prompt is so very specifically something that I hate. But it is what it is. What would the world be like without Martin Luther King Jr.?
Oh, I remember this.
So here's the thing. My take on this is, you might call it optimistic, you might call it pessimistic. It'll be the same fucking thing, asshole. Because you're going to have a Martin Luther King Jr. within 15 years because it's the Christian Revolution. Shut up.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, altering history like that requires a lot more than taking out one person.
Taking out one person, bro. But I learned something. And it's based off an answer I heard. There was a student in my class that was asked the question, what would it be like if Martin Luther King Jr. wasn't there? Now, I'm not going to blow up this person's spot, but let's just say she's from a proficient family around this area.
Okay.
And her answer was, I'd be a lot warmer in the summer. And I went, no, you can't be. And I'm like, why? She's like, well, we wouldn't have air conditioners. And look, just stared blankly, like, well, we wouldn't have air conditioners. And I'm like, listen, I don't like using the R word, but I said that day. I'm like, are you, like, what is wrong with you?
So, to be clear, she's not doing some kind of insane butterfly effect thing where...
No. Her logic is that without MLK, you don't get African Americans ever inventing anything, so you never get an air conditioner. That is her actual, like, her mental logic is that.
But the air conditioner was invented well before the Civil Rights Movement.
But we wouldn't have black people having rights. I know.
Well, first of all, as we know from fucking Jack Daniels and the cotton gin, black people don't have to have rights to invent things, first of all. And second, the timing, lady.
I know.
Now, I get that this was a literal child, but still, like, come on.
Well, no, because here's the thing. I started screaming at her in class. And like, they're like, Nick, calm down. I'm like, no, this is racism inherent. This is true. No. Fuck, fact checker. Someone pull up a fuck fact checker. And everyone's like, Nick, calm down. And I'm like, stop doing that. This isn't the calm down moment. This is the what the fuck is wrong with this kid moment.
Now, however, via butterfly effect, it is possible that with no MLK, there's no super soakers.
Thank you. No.
Via butterfly effect.
Yeah, no, super soakers I'll deal with. Air conditioners, nigga? Air conditioners?
Yeah, especially because they literally already existed well before the Civil Rights Movement occurred.
But no, MLK gave black people the right to make things.
I'd actually forgotten.
MLK, black people couldn't create anything.
I'd forgotten that air conditioning was invented by a black guy, and that just further backs up my thesis that everything good America has to offer was invented by black people.
Black people ran so white people could drive. But
yeah,
no,
they made all the best music.
How mad I got. I still get mad thinking about it because I was the only one in the room like, no, is this not insane? Do not let her talk like this. This is hate speech. I don't give a fuck if she wrote it.
Yeah, it is at best tone deaf.
But she knew what she was doing, and she looked at me, and I was like, this fucking whore. Like, fun fact,
okay.
I asked her out earlier that year, so I have particular. I know this girl. She made a black joke as a response to me asking her out.
Oh, that's not what you do.
On MLK Day.
That's not what you do, man.
Thanks, Nicole.
I also, this isn't a racist thing. I also, one of my first crushes was named Nicole.
Yeah, it was so weird. Cause like.
And I also never wound up dating her.
Fun fact, I had to go through a couple of mental hurdles to make sure I wasn't being like crazy because she's from one of the few towns in our area that when you say it, you're like, oh, that's like the South, but in Massachusetts.
Is it Auburn?
It's Winchendon.
Okay, I haven't been there.
Winchentucky, where every cousin gets lucky.
Yeah, because that Auburn is also the same from what I've heard from my friends who've lived there.
Yeah, and it was a whole thing where I went through some hoops to even get to this point, and then let's just say she did a couple of things that were very clearly in response.
I guessed Westminster. Yeah, that's fair too.
Westminster's fun. Okay, that's a fun guess. Also, shout out Zoe.
Charlton is sheep fucker country. Okay, I believe you. So I was going to talk about Captain America Brave New World tonight, but it's late and I want to go watch The Pit. So instead, I'm going to tell a story about someone I knew in middle school. And in fact, I think Zoe knew this guy as well, because I've known Zoe that long. So this guy, I won't say his name, because his name's distinctive enough that you might be able to piece together who he is.
But and I don't want to give him something we can call him.
His name was not Francis, but it was close enough. Let's call him Francis.
He's Francis. All right, that's Francis.
So he like transferred to my class in 8th grade, and I became friends with him because we're kids. All you need to be friends with someone is like, oh, I also like Star Wars, that kind of thing.
I also like Star Wars, exactly.
And I never had a falling out with him. He just went to a different high school than I did. He went to the tech school, and I went to the regular one. Now, my friend Zoe. Well, I just went to like Framingham High School.
There.
And he went to the technical school, which is, you know what a technical school is.
Yeah, you know exactly.
And yeah, I know who Francis is. Yep, Zoe's the one who told me this fucking story.
There we go, Zoe. We've done it correctly.
So I had never talked to Francis about politics at all, really, at least not like explicitly. I cared about politics to some extent, but I just never talked about it with him, I guess. I wasn't like good friends with him, but I hung out with him a little bit.
Sure.
And then he goes to the school, and Zoe's there, and it's like, hey, man, how you doing? And they're just, how's your summer? And then Zoe goes, do you remember Conrad, who was a black dude that we knew from middle school? He actually, he was the guy that I kicked into the fucking desk in the story I told before.
If this comes up.
No, I'm not going to say it. And Francis, out of absolutely fucking nowhere, responds, oh, God, I don't ever want to think about that ninja again.
I knew it was coming, so I was like, I know when someone's going to say it. No.
For no fucking reason.
I hate that I knew it was coming. I fucking hate that I know this.
And that story, because I heard about this secondhand because I didn't go to school with him anymore. That story is why now, anytime I meet somebody that I think might be a new friend, in the first conversation, I don't explicitly bring up politics necessarily, but I make some joke or comment gesturing at my beliefs to make sure they agree with me. Because I don't want another repeat where I'm friends with a dude for like 8 months and then politics finally comes up and I realize, oh, super fucking right wing.
I'm not gonna lie. You've seen me do this. I give white people a chance to say the N-word, and I'm like, and they're like you and most people are like, I don't really feel comfortable doing that.
Well, one time we were talking about something privately, and you explicitly said, and I want you to say the word when you repeat this. And I was like,
that was because I wanted to push it. I was like, I
was like, I'll do it, but I'm not happy about it.
and you're like, I don't want to. I don't want to, Nick. Don't make me. And I'm like, that was the answer I needed, though.
Well, I'm like, all right, if you really want, I'll say it.
No, I don't really want you to say it, but I need you to understand so many white people hide their desire to say the word nigga that I have to fucking really check.
Yeah, I don't really have a very strong desire to say it. I have an occasional desire to laugh at jokes that include it.
Well, everyone should be
if the joke was made by a black person, that is.
Well, yeah, no, you also have good humor. So, like,
yeah, this kid apparently hung out with a kid that offered Zoe heroin The first week of freshman year.
So, like, I gotta ask, straight needle heroin?
I don't think
'Cause,
he.
like,
I mean,
I've
Zoe will
never.
answer. I'm guessing he didn't literally have it on him, but he just
Well,
said, "I
no,
can
no,
get you
no,
some."
no, no. It's possible. It's
Maybe.
possible.
Fuck
Straight
it.
needle.
At that school, maybe with the
It
fucking
could
needle.
just be a spoon. Yeah, yeah. That straight
Okay, I
needle.
assumed
No,
you
see,
meant that he
that's
offered
no.
to
I'm
hook you up
asking
with
because
some
there
at a
are
later
levels
date.
to this shit.
He said he
Yeah.
had it in his bag.
There's
Jesus.
levels to this shit, and I listen. I grew up with fucking potheads. We
Yeah.
all offer everyone weed all the time, and it's sometimes
So,
annoying to see other people do it.
and I'll close.
Offer
I'll
when the-
close tonight with this
What?
story because Francis was responsible for one of the funniest things that has ever happened to me. So he will always hold a small place in my heart.
Roses are red, fairies do dances. If I ever catch you, I'm beat you up, Francis.
I'll tell you his real name after we end too.
Please do. Yeah.
I grew up in the ghetto. Is not okay. Last I
Always
heard,
seems like they understand the rules.
last I heard of this Francis guy, he had like gotten a place secured after being homeless. So I hope that he like changed a lot as a person and is doing a lot better.
I'm hoping the best for him, but I'm going to ask you something.
Yeah.
Did he ever have positive qualities that you appreciated in his youth, or is it just kind of trying to make him now?
No, I mean he was a nice enough dude. Like he had basic
Nice enough is not good enough.
Well, like he wasn't an exceptionally nice person, but like he had enough basic courtesy to like when we went to an assembly and heard a really depressing story, he was like, "Jesus, that was rough." Like,
so he has compassion.
yeah, like he has basic human empathy. He just laughed at Homie D Clown for the wrong reasons.
All right, Francis, I hope you end up getting help. That's valid.
Yeah, he introduced me to Homie D Clown.
Fair enough. No, fair enough.
Anyway, so one time, I was like, class hadn't started yet because the section of the school for my grade was small enough that you could get to class in like 1 second, and you've got like 5 minutes to kill.
Sure.
So I get there early because my class was next door, and I sit down, I get my stuff out, I'm waiting for the teacher to be ready, and then Francis comes in, laughing so hard he can't walk, like doubled over.
So he's under the influence of something. Go on.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, he wasn't, and I know for a fact because the second I saw this thing, I laughed equally hard, and I know that I was sober.
Oh, what's he laughing at?
That's the point of the story.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So he's like doubled over, wheezing. He goes, "You have to come see what's in the bathroom right now." And I'm like, "Oh, Jesus fucking Christ." But I go with him. And he takes me into the bathroom, which has other people in it and everything. So other people have seen this. He takes me into one of the fucking stalls.
Okay.
And there is a turd in this fucking toilet. Now, that's not abnormal. There are always turds in public toilets.
Are we doing a South Park bit right now?
No, it's not the size. It's not the size. It's the shape.
Thank you for understanding, because I really thought you were doing a Randy Marsh on me. Thank you.
This turd was about 2.5 to 3 feet long, wrapped perfectly around the inside of the toilet in a perfect horseshoe shape.
Yeah, coiled. Like it's just coiled.
No, not coiled. In a horseshoe shape, smooth and everything. In a single, unbroken, smooth piece.
Back and forth.
As in like this.
As in, no, hold on. Do 2 layers though. Don't do 1 layer. Do 2.
No, there was 1, but it was that fucking thick. It went all the way in a perfect horseshoe.
He 3D printed the shit. Okay.
Well, I don't think it was his. He found it.
Someone 3D printed the shit. Okay.
It was the most incredible thing I've ever witnessed in my fucking life.
That's the low bar.
Okay, at the time, it was the most incredible thing.
Call James Cameron. No, I said it before. I'll say it again. The bar has been lowered too much, and I don't care. We need James Cameron, the greatest pioneer. Please do the song for me, Larry.
No budget too steep, no sea too deep. Who's that? It's him, James Cameron.
James Cameron. Thank you.
Anyway, when I was an edgy, gross out 13-year-old, it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen in my entire life.
That I can validate. Okay, that's fair. Okay,
Yeah.
I get that.
Anyway, that's a great place to end the show. Next time, I promise I'll talk about Captain America: Brave New World. But I have too much to say in the time we have, and I think my family's going to bed, so I don't want to be screaming into a mic, and I want to watch The Pit.
James Cameron, the greatest pioneer. To
No budget too steep, no seat.
James Cameron. All right,
So
goodbye,
anyway,
guys.
like the stream and everything. Nick, don't leave. I'll tell you something after. Like the stream, hit the subscribe thing, hit the bell icon, wipe your ass, get your fucking bidet installed, take your medicine. I don't know. Do everything you need to do. Take care, everyone.
You've done good. You've done good.